And we're live, watching this debacle on the market. Hello, it's the Bitcoin weatherman.
Hey guys, it's Annalise here.
So let me put this in the middle so we can see what's going on here. There's a lot going on here. There's definitely a lot going on here. I'm gonna go ahead and remove myself from the screen for a second, so we can just truly appreciate the crazy drop that's happening. And the question on everyone's mind being, why is this happening? Why indeed? Can we find any news stories about that?
I'm looking for them. It's actually kind of surprising because most people thought it was gonna go up because it was making that really tight wedge because it had taken a fall prior. Like if you kind of enlarge that chart there, you'll see that huge fall that it took a while back, and people were just like, oh, you know, Bitcoin's going up. And most news articles and most analysts, quote unquote, say that it was going to go up. However, that's definitely not the case.
It's not the case at all.
If you know anything about those flags, is that in technicality, it can literally go anyway. And because this market is so volatile,
it picked away.
It definitely, you know,
it picked away.
Yeah. So
it made some decisions about where it wanted to go, and it sure went there.
Sure did. Okay.
I was reading some news articles earlier when I should have been paying attention to the chart and not hating my life, regarding some big movements in the cryptocurrency space. Some large number of coins being moved around. Oh, look, it's us again.
It sure is.
That's us. All right.
That chart just...
Sure is a lot happening, but this was a move that should have been somewhat anticipated based on the fact that we were squeezing real hard.
For the technology, guys.
For the tech.
It's for the tech. I don't have any bills, Bitcoin.
No, my rent wasn't in here. Don't worry about it, Bitcoin. You're fine. You're fine. So the squeeze that everyone was referring to, I'll draw some lines here. Some sloppy lines here. It's been happening for actually a while. And so...
if there's something that you can like notice about the trends with the market, is that basically almost every single market is down right now.
All of them.
Every single market is down right now. Housing market, stock market, they're just down. So you kind of anticipate for this to be down as well. Maybe because of that. I guess when we see, you know, if people can't afford to buy a home, then maybe they also can't afford to buy crypto. Sigh.
Well, there you have it, folks. There you have it. That is a chart.
You know, if you look at that really, really big fall back in like mid-September, it almost makes this little fall not even look half bad. If you think about it.
Well, yes. Indeed, from the top of this little pennant that we were making here, that's a substantial fall. I hate that I can't get tools in full screen. We're talking about 17% to the bottom of that fall, 18% to the bottom of that fall, compared to 5% over here. But let me tell you about this, okay? I already exited my position right here, okay? Got back in some number of days later. Wow, there was a lot going on there. Was not anticipating that at all. I really thought that this was it, boys. Load them up. Let's get ready for Moontown. And we did not, in fact, get to Moontown. I drew a chart just for the occasion.
What is that?
This is the chart I drew. This is what we're experiencing right now. As you can see, this is where the panic set in for most of us. It was right here on this squiggly line. Now you can't exactly see the squiggly line on this chart. I'm gonna kind of drag this over here. This would have been the squiggles somewhere in here.
Yeah.
Look, even TradingView is getting the squiggles confused. It's like red and blue and weird in there. Like blue's not even a candle. Like we don't even know what that is. There's a lot going on in there. It's very confused. That's the squiggly part. I drew a chart.
I feel you, TradingView. I'm confused.
Speaking of, I drew a chart. Is anyone trying to buy a gold watch?
Yeah, we gotta pay rent, guys. Come on.
Gotta pay rent.
All right. Honestly, only thing I can think of honestly is the market right now, because I don't see anything. There's been so much positive news regarding blockchain and Bitcoin. So it's
9 ETFs about to get reviewed again, and this is how you treat me. This is how you treat me.
It was exciting. And it was really looking good for other currencies too, because of all the new stuff Coinbase is adding, and they're even going to bring in some more currencies, and that was the whole thing. Like yesterday, which one was the one that shot up?
Everything I wasn't holding. All the coins that I didn't have in my portfolio were the ones that went up.
There was one that went up like I think it was like 30% or something like that.
There's names I don't even know of.
There's so many of them
just going up crazy.
But it went right back down. I don't know if it was one of those poopy coins or not.
Poopy coins.
Poopy coins.
Those poopy coins, YouTube. I know you're listening. It's poopy coins.
Yeah, we can't curse on here, so I mean most people refer them as coins.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm glad you had that soundboard ready for us. Poopy coins. Honestly, right now, Bitcoin is looking like a poopy coin. I'm not very happy with this at all. And,
don't say that.
I will be contacting my lawyer, Bitcoin. So, Satoshi, I'm coming for you.
Don't say that. Come on, we're in it for the technology. Come on.
Here's the thing about the technology. As long as I can fit all that technology inside of a Lambo, skirt.
Speaking of technology, did you hear about the patent that MasterCard got?
I saw that we posted something about that today, so I know that somebody here knows about the technology.
Yeah, somebody back here knows about the technology. So basically what they're doing is that they got a patent to use blockchain for multiple types of transactions, and it supports multiple functions, I guess you could say. So right now blockchain typically supports usually one block that's one size and one task type at a time. What they did is that they got one that would support multiple types of systems and transactions and block sizes. They got that patented. They were awarded it today. No, yesterday. They got it awarded yesterday.
Good job, MasterCard.
Adopt away!
Good job, MasterCard.
Yeah, cool. So I thought that was cool.
Hate to say a toe-to-so, but a toe-to-so.
Toe-to-so. It's pretty cool, pretty cool.
Let's get this back in a reasonable spot here. Taking a look at the 3-minute chart, the itchy clouds are not happy. They're very red, and it's making me a little sad. Let's see here. This is a 3-minute chart, and there's our big tumble. No, I don't want to invest in binary options. I like cryptocurrencies. So apparently we have a pivot reversal, which I'm assuming is probably going off MACD, because if we're not at the bottom after that, then I don't know. But yeah, it looks like we didn't even try to get up to the 3-minute itchy red cloud here. Looks like we got rejected before even getting there. Now we could see kind of something like that, or we could just try to punch right through that red cloud. So I'm hopeful. You guys should have seen me earlier. I was angry. Angry is the word that I'm going to go with. Passionate. I was passionate earlier. That's the word I'm going to go with.
You were mad as... yeah, that...
I was something, all right. Whoa, I think I broke us. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Let me turn the cam back on. Did I break us? Oh, I broke us.
The crypto bears. Where my bulls at, man?
I broke us. Oh, God. Oh, God. How do I reposition us?
What'd you do?
I broke us. I don't even know.
Oh, no. Are we under the screen?
We're literally all over the place. I'm contemplating turning this back on right now because this is actually kind of hilarious. Let me turn this back on because it's pretty funny. I broke us.
What do you mean? You can't get back up there? Oh, we're right there.
So close. And then just let me get a little bit. Okay. Nope. Nope.
Almost there. All right.
Nope.
Okay. It's okay. It's okay. All right. It's not that, you know. We can flow wherever, you know. It's not that serious.
Nope. I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna fix this.
Come on, weatherman. It's not that. Okay. Okay. Now you got a controller there.
Okay. All right. Who's this? Does someone have another Bluetooth mouse? What's going on right now?
The chart. We're having a bipolar disorder. Come on. Charts have feelings too.
Aha. I win.
Cool. All right, gotcha. All right. So, anyways, back to the news. It looks like everywhere is just. I'm just seeing everyone screaming about the plummet. Everyone's just screaming about it. It's sad. Let's take a look at maybe our Twitter fans. See how that looks over there. See what Twitter's saying about this.
Getting spanked right now.
Man. Everything's wilding out right now. It's crazy. A couple of days ago, you have a bot going crazy. What was it? I think it was somewhere in one of the other country. I think it was BitStop that had this, or BitPay, one of those.
No, that BitStop is the ATM people. Bitstamp.
There we go.
All
right.
BitStop is the ATM people that don't really like us.
We're bits and tokens. We're all the bits in the world. Anyways, so Bitstamp had a whole thing going on where they had a bot with one of their clients that almost hit. I think Bitcoin almost hit like 8,000. It was because it sold and it dropped all the way down. It was like at 5, almost at 5, and then it went up to almost 8. Same thing happened with Litecoin. Litecoin almost went down to $1.
Litecoin went down to like $1 and change.
Yeah,
anybody who had a buy order for $1.
It's at $50 right now.
If you were on Bitstamp and you had a buy order for like $2, I'm not asking for a lot. All I'm saying is that if you want to donate some stuff, the links are in the description.
It's crazy.
It's not going to hurt you, I promise. If you were the person who put that bot into place, our contact information can be found below in the description. I would like for you to please reach out to me so we can talk about some business together. Because this is crazy. I need some insider tips, because that's not illegal yet, folks. It's not regulated. We're still in the Wild West. I can do that for a little bit while longer. I jest. I'm doing terrible. My portfolio looks literally like this today. It looks like this. I'm going to zoom in as far as I can on just one single red candle, and that's what my life is about right now. This right here. It's like a bloody slip and slide.
I'm just seeing everybody posting their horrible little charts with that little red line. Just it's like a teardrop. It's like, oh.
This just in, folks. The whole crypto world knows that everything is terrible right now. We're all in it together. If you're watching the live stream, throw some comments in there. Let us know.
Yeah, look at XRP's little chart. It's so sad. Look, it's like they just fell off the map. It was like meow.
Yeah, XRP made me very sad today.
Meow.
Made me very sad today.
Poor thing, man. Oh,
poor thing, she says.
Poor thing. I can't. The moon is sleeping. Look in the corner. It looks like there's like a little moon. It looks like it's sleeping.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You say it looks like the moon is sleeping. We're not going yet. Sorry. Sleeping. It has to wake up. It's like a crescent.
It's like a.
It has to be like a full moon for it to like, you know.
For the wolves to come out.
The wolves to come out, right?
The wolf of Crypto Street. Where are you, Crypto Wolf?
Oh no, Shakira.
No, that's copywritten. Actually, we never sung that. YouTube, don't pay attention. We never sung that.
I never sung that. Those weren't even the lyrics. Probably weren't the lyrics.
I heard a bunch of mumble rap just now, so that's fine.
Oh man, sue me.
So things are getting steamy on the 1 minute chart. We're looking for some support right here on the. I've noticed the 1 minute and the 15 are those are the charts recently that we want to use. Except for over here. Over here you want to just, I don't even know. Just want to be using a get out chart.
Wow, this man was hopeful. He was like, "Hey, get ready for the bull market's at the bottom, 6,550." J freaking K.
I like.
Oh no!
I like how it says. I like how it says.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer. Bitcoin is.
Hashtag Bitcoin. Oh, and then you had the Kodak face like.
Bitcoin is saying, "Hold my beer."
No.
This is perfect.
It didn't happen. I wasn't ready. He wasn't ready, man. He probably threw all his money and they're like, yeah, whew. Next thing you know, the line just keeps falling. Because it kept falling. Like, that's when it first started falling. He said, hold my beer when it first started falling. Not even when it was, like, at the bottom of falling and then going green. Nah. Poor man.
There's a lot happening right now.
Poor man.
This is crazy. If you're feeling very sad about the crypto market, fear not. Because apparently, according to that guy, the start of the bull run season's right now.
Right, yeah.
You're literally looking at it.
So maybe if it drops maybe a little more, they'll be satisfied and they'll be like, all right, let's, whatever. But
the banks will never be satisfied. They want blood. They want lots of blood.
Just, man, you see that? You see that, man? It's just tough, It's tough. It's okay though. It's okay. We'll make it through.
I have the jitters. I'm very jittery right now.
We gonna be all right. No?
Are we? Is that another? That's not a song.
No, it's not a song. I'm
okay.
just
all right.
I'm
just making sure for copyright purposes that YouTube is well aware that that's not a song.
It's not a song. I said we are going to be all right. Those are common words.
We are in fact going to be all right. That's our song that we invented just now, YouTube. So for copyright purposes, don't worry about me.
We'll be fine. Wow.
Worried face.
Poor
worried
people.
face.
Worried face. Don't worry.
Man. Anybody 100x short sell today? Anybody feel like donating some some cryptocurrencies my way? Any use out there in the world?
Can we have one of those like streaming?
And if you're joining us now, I am selling this gold watch. Please buy it so I can recoup some of these losses. I'll be accepting the losses that I incurred today for this beautiful gold watch here. It's huge. Listen to this.
Come on, you're getting discouraged. You just hodl it. Hodl it.
If you would like to hodl this watch, call us now.
What are you talking about?
Did you not see my chart? I need to see more of.
You don't see the Nike? Not the Nike, I'm sorry. The check mark.
Exhibit.
You don't see a check mark? It says hodl it. Come on, you gotta have
Exhibit A, okay, went down. Oh, because it's a green pen. Fire. So we went down and then Ooh, it's so scary.
Oh, I see what you mean.
And we need to go up. You feel me?
You don't have a pen.
Because otherwise, this is crazy. I'm sorry about that. This is crazy. Sorry. This is crazy.
I think there's a reason people like make paper balls before they throw the balls.
Well, I'll have you know, I came prepared. So,
sack of paper. What are you doing with that?
In case I need to make show notes. I also.
What kind of vegan are you? Look at all these paper. You're killing trees.
What kind of vegan am I? I'm killing trees. What kind of vegan am I? I'm killing trees.
Yes, you don't believe in recycling?
I believe in vegetables, and these are vegetables.
You believe that killing the vegetables are the right thing? They have feelings, you know.
I need to eat them in order to... What?
Terrible, man. How would the animals feel if they saw you eating their food?
Bruh. What?
Got a little quiet there, Bitcoin man. Any news? I feel uncomfortable. I'm telling HR. You're looking at me too long.
What? Moving on, folks. Just for the record, in case you're watching from another country or somewhere in the world where English is not the first language, but you're still following along, the term vegan means someone who is amazing, like I am, who dedicates their life to not eating animals or animal byproducts.
Save the pigs.
And
the cows.
Just so we're clear here, because I need to just make sure that everyone's on my side. Paper, okay? Paper doesn't come from animals, okay? So I don't know if you all knew that, but... Your host, Annalise, ladies and gentlemen. Like, what is...
Well, obviously.
Is it obvious? Because some of our viewers are actually phoning in right now asking me.
Do you like to eat raspberry products?
Raspberry products?
Yeah. Do you like anything that's like raspberry flavored?
Raspberries.
Yeah. Like, do you like raspberry flavored things? Like
Yeah.
If I gave you like a raspberry donut, would you eat it?
If you gave me a raspberry.
Like, what if it was a raspberry filled donut?
Like, if it was a raspberry filled raspberry, I would eat it probably.
What if it was like raspberry jelly?
Jelly?
Yeah.
Probably not. I don't do well with pectin.
Okay, well, my point was, like, did you know
Get a little scratchy.
that raspberry byproducts have like bee anus in them?
Did you know that on the back of food it tells you what's in it? And so sometimes on the front of food it'll have like a cool V, like it's all stylized or whatever.
I guess.
And then
like,
everything is fine.
And you ate it.
Anyways, back to Bitcoin.
True story.
Speaking of Bitcoin, what's it doing now, you ask? Well, let's zoom in. I said let's zoom in.
I think the boss just texted me. It's kind of weird.
You think what now?
The boss just texted me. Got a text from Bitsand. It says, hey.
All right,
Hey.
So looking on the chart here, what can I see? Well, we played on the 1 minute very nicely, using the bottom of that green HE as support. You either love the Ichimoku on a 1 minute chart, or you hate it, because sometimes it works, and then sometimes all of your life's hopes and dreams crumble before your eyes. In this instance here, we can see that clearly we were supported a few times by that. Now looking to the top of that cloud as support, and on this pivot reversal strategy, which is mostly useless on the 1 minute chart, we do have a blue arrow indicating buy, though like I said, mostly useless on a 1 minute chart. On a 15, fantastic. Hour chart, fantastic. Daily chart, fantastic. The longer out you go, the stronger the pivot reversal is. But if you're trying to day trade like I am, and you completely disregard the obvious need for stop losses, and you hate your life right now, and you wish your mother would call you and tell you that everything's going to be all right. I forgot where I was going with this one. Just looking at this absolute destruction. Gee whiz.
So there was also that thing, I don't know if you heard earlier in the week, that whole thing about Wall Street and Bitcoin. Have you heard about that?
Wall Street and Bitcoin, you say?
Yeah, so you know all those posts that we were finding, even like Shapeshift, how like Wall Street's been basically like slandering, like saying
like the Wall Street Journal.
Right, like misconception.
The Journ.
The Journ, right.
Gotcha.
So, you know, a lot of them have been writing like misconceptions about cryptocurrencies, which some people speculate that that's also may have had an effect on the price of Bitcoin directly. Because there are some articles that were specifically targeted towards specifically Bitcoin, I guess you could say. Some of them were, you know, calling out, I guess, ICOs and companies.
Right.
But some of them were like literally specifically calling out on Bitcoin, which possibly maybe because of the negative, you know, aspect of it. Maybe some people, who knows, they foot it out.
Well, excuse me. Well, gotta say, it's definitely possible. Now, here's the thing. Let's say, I'm a Wall Street guy, okay? And I've got customers calling me saying, hey, what's the deal with this Bitcoin stuff? You know what I'm going to do if I'm a Wall Street guy? I'm going to put together some sort of something so I can sell it to them. Regardless if the price goes up or down, I'll get a profit because of the commissions, right? There's commissions for every trade, buy, sell, and there's no products right now on Wall Street for crypto. Well, there's a very select few products on Wall Street for crypto. You'd think they want to get in just for the commissions alone. I mean, obviously we can see with markets like Binance, huge volume. There's a ton of people that would like to trade, and there's some people that just don't have access to it right now because their stockbroker doesn't have access to it right now. It's crazy. You'd think Wall Street would want to just play along and just let everyone get money from all over the place, but unfortunately, that is not the case for some reason. Not sure exactly why.
Well,
just makes me real sad.
Yeah, at first a lot of people thought they saw it as kind of like a threat to the stock market, but honestly, it's really not. It's the complete opposite.
So I don't see how it would be threatening to the stock market. Maybe we could start seeing Bitcoin pairs. Bitcoin Tesla, Bitcoin Amazon, Bitcoin Walt Disney. If you want to buy some Walt Disney stock, I mean, they could have just included it as an additional currency. No big deal.
As an accepted currency, that's you can use it as an accepted currency. Oh, hey, let's accept Bitcoin. Maybe, who knows? Now that you have a more
Wall Street, are you listening? Are you hearing this game right now, Wall Street? Do I have to send you an email?
I mean, Forex is cool, but like, if I could pay with Bitcoin on Wall Street, why not? That'd be cool.
Unbelievable. Speaking of Forex, the story that we covered earlier in the week about XRP being listed on the UK version of Forex.com, so you can trade XRP from Ripple right on Forex.com or .co.uk probably because it's the UK version. I didn't see anything listed on the American website, but it's pretty cool. So we got some adoption going on there, but apparently Ripple. XRP was not listening because my portfolio right now really is just in abysmal shape. I mean, golly, oh my gosh.
Last time I looked, it was at what, 0.44?
Last time I looked, I cashed out and I cried.
Oh no! Oh, you couldn't hang tight.
No, I couldn't. I need moon. I need the moon to come. It's just not fair. All these poopy coins, as we are calling them.
Oh, yeah. All these poopy coins are getting the fame.
They're going baby moon.
Yeah.
When here's Ripple doing its thing, really great coin, just taking a whole bunch of flack. I'm just not understanding. Right after, what's it called? week, not week. Right after Ripple Fest. What was the name of their thing? Swell.
Ripple Fest.
Right after Ripple Fest.
If I knew, I was like, what is this man talking about? Like, he's just mumbling on. What is this called? Yeah, no, Swell. Swell was Swell. And they had a lot of, like, they had a lot to show. Like, honestly, like, you know, it's not like Tron that, you know, no offense to you Troners. I was once a Troner. Listen, and I have Tron, and
I'd like
I'm still
to announce an announcement.
And you know what? They did something great the other day. They actually said, hey, I'm going to get a game. And I said, woohoo. Because usually most of the games, they run on, like, Ethereum. And it's just like, okay, well, cool.
Were you able to find that game?
Yeah, well, okay, so it's like a super beta right now. Like, you can literally just go on the site and just kind of, like, play with it. But, like, you can't even, like, download the beta because there's no beta. There's nothing out yet. But
super beta.
Yeah, so I think I went to, like, tron.io / like, Magic Academy, I think it was. And it was just a screen of what it would look like. You had to, like, upload a MetaMask wallet, something to hold your Ethereum kind of up on it to, like, attach it so it could, like, hold your coins and hold your Ethereum. I'm sorry, hold your Tron, some kind of wallet. And then it would let you do some stuff that way, but it wasn't like you couldn't do anything yet. It said it was going to be on BitGuild, but when I went on BitGuild, it wasn't there at all. It wasn't up. So I don't know. Maybe it just not yet. I haven't actually checked back into it. Maybe our gamer guy. He's the guy. Does he know?
The token gamer?
Yeah. Let me see if I can give him a ring. Call him.
You know what? Let's do this. Let's go ahead and we'll take a slight siesta here. We're gonna leave this chart of BTC USDT. We'll get some more content for you guys. We'll be right back.
Nope. Hey guys.
All right, and we're back.
We're back.
All right, and it looks like we got a subscriber here by the name of Veteran Owned. All right. Well,
thanks
so much for subbing. Appreciate
cool.
that.
So, all right, back to these charts. So, somewhere in the comments, I think I saw that somebody said that there was a sell-off in South Korea.
Yeah.
What's
so
that
apparently the South Koreans are up to their old tricks there. That doesn't even mean anything. That's not even a real thing. I don't even know what old tricks they might have.
We got one of our research team. I mean, I'm on here doing my like little research on my computer, but like we got our research team out here, kind of like communicating, you know.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
we're working on it. We're working on it. We're gonna see. You know, we're investigating here, guys. All right. So
Some comment about weak hands. There's no weak hands. Exited a position and got back into a position. Definitely not weak hands. Looking for a good re-entry. So appreciate that. Thanks, sport.
all right. Let's see here.
Well, anyways, the market is just doing a lot of stuff. If you're just joining us now, welcome. This is the live streaming of the apocalypse. The apocalypse is happening.
A little bit. I'm trying to. Can we show this? Is it if I show this can, am I gonna get copyrighted?
I'm not sure if you're allowed to show that can of.
Do you guys see the shape? Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like we should have one of these right now.
I could definitely use one of those right now.
Just like, man, like, I got work tomorrow at 9 in the morning. Like, this is crazy.
9 a.m.
9 a.m. 9 a.m. But listen, man, I'm waiting for that day where I don't have to wake up at 9 a.m.
Can you tell them just tomorrow's really? I mean, based on the charts, tomorrow's just really not looking great. I mean, honestly, like, can you really say that tomorrow is gonna be a great day to like go to work? Like, don't you need to, you know, make sure that we're
Man, it's just
here's my price
I
prediction.
makes me wish I never woke up today.
Nope, that's not it. Here's my price prediction. Gonna draw my price prediction for you guys right now. Oh, there she is.
I'm gonna see if my
It's a question mark.
people have emailed me any updates here. Looks like I got one, maybe. Come on, team, where you at? I need some answers from my
So
people.
again, everyone wants to know, why is the market crashing right now? Well, number of factors. Like we were discussing earlier in the stream, there was a squeeze, and it was either going to go up or it was either going to go down. One of those two things was going to happen. We were all patiently waiting. Some of us, named me, did not have a stop loss set whatsoever, which is fine. I like to just trade on the fly. Unfortunately for trading on the fly, we were also scheduled to host a meeting this evening, for which naturally I showered beforehand. During my showering sequence is when the market also started showering downward terribly fast at an exorbitant rate. And
yeah, I was in a military shower.
And so, yeah, pretty sure I was listening to comedy in the shower, which came out to a tragedy. Here we are.
Here we are.
Indeed. That bright maroon male bovine creature beverage that you're drinking, it looks delicious.
Thanks, it's cold. It's cold for tough days.
It's a tough day indeed.
Tough days.
Man.
Cracking one open with the boys.
Cracking a cold one. Oh, man. So, interestingly, we can see here some crossover beginning to occur on the MACD. And then also, less interestingly, we have a blue "It's Go Time" signal on the pivot reversal. Luckily for that blue arrow, I was already in back here. So, you know, really tough day, guys. Really tough day. Anything else happening in the chat there?
Looks like we had a bearable guy. 1, 2, 3. Join us.
Well, no. So,
a bearable guy. Get it? Bearable. He's bearable.
Hold on. Is that? Wait. Hold on. Time out. First of all, wait just a beat. Is that the actual bearable guy? 1, 2, 3.
I'm looking. I'm literally gonna search just cause I was like, whoa. Whoa.
Hold on.
I'm googling it.
First of all, you're gonna have to give me a moment here. Is that the real? Are you the real bearable guy?
Looks 1, 2, 3? Like it. I don't know.
And Annalise, do you know who bearable guy 1, 2, 3 is?
Do you know who bearable guy?
I sure do. Wow. Interesting. Cool. So that is the guy who made the price prediction for 589. Or what was supposedly be some sort of a cryptic price prediction for 589. So, very interesting. Welcome. Thanks for joining us, Bearable Guy 1, 2, 3.
Go to channel.
Very interesting. It was.
I don't think it's the right guy. Hold on.
I don't know. It might not be because he's sort of like slinked off into the darkness of the internet after that 589. We haven't really heard from him since then.
So no, wait, hold on.
We at very
Give me a second.
We at very least know that this person really does appreciate XRP and the lore behind it. We at least know that.
Well, when I clicked it in and searched it, he's a real person, you know.
No, I know that Bearable Guy 1, 2, 3 is a real person. He's that person on Reddit has made several price predictions regarding XRP. So very interesting.
Right. What I'm saying is that it's not the same account. Get it? No, nothing. Forget it.
Right. So we're not certain that the Bearable Guy 1, 2, 3 from Reddit has a YouTube channel, as that was never really part of it. It was more so cryptic pictures and whatnot.
I don't know.
On Reddit. So, either way, welcome to the channel. Let's see here. We're getting some notes from our producer. No idea what he's saying.
Who cares? Just kidding. All right, so back to this. All right, so let's take a look at what we're looking at here.
Might have to bust out the old charger for this this phone here. Get some mobile trading done, since I am using my laptop currently. Alright, let's do this. Let's go into... In the spirit of potentially the Bearable Guy 1, 2, 3 joining us here, gonna go ahead and do 2,000 more XRP just for fun. See what goes on there. And where are we? 73, 74. Set my order for... Alright, now I'm gonna buy some XRP. No big deal.
So it looks like someone sent me something about the South Korea index fund. What's that about? Is that where is that? Does that have to do with the sell-off? Let me look at this information here.
What was the name of that fund?
The South Korea index fund.
It looks like it was iShares. iShares what now? iShares MSCI South Korea Index Fund. Well, what's contained within that fund? I don't think that's...
I don't know.
I don't think that's Bitcoin related.
I got some information on this and I was
Does that have to do with this crazy sell-off that we're noticing today? Is that the information that we're purporting? I believe there is a sell-off regarding a large number of Bitcoin on some specific markets at some point. Not sure that is the information we were looking for.
Not sure at all. But we'll find out.
All right, and gonna go ahead and pull up XRP, BTC, Binance. Really just took a massive dump. Really massive dump. And I initially thought that this right here, well, actually it was this one right here, and then followed into this one. I thought that was going to be the start of something great, but apparently no. A lot going on here, folks. A lot going on here, folks. So price predictions, Ripple still 589 by the end of the year. If I have to be homeless for a couple months to make that happen, I mean, we can do some stuff.
No, you can come over. It's fine. I think that it's fine. You can come over. Don't worry. No problem there. I'll keep you. You can sleep with the dog. We have a Bitcoin dog mascot, guys. You guys just haven't met him yet.
Let's see here. So veteran owned is asking about the sell-off and was it linked to the stock market crash and moving into Tether? Very interesting. It certainly could be. It certainly could be. I wouldn't be surprised if in the next couple of days Tether mints another however many million coins and says that they're good for it and we trust them. I'll tell you what, though, on 2 occasions in the past 2 hours, Tether kind of helped me out a little bit. So there's that part.
I don't know. There's a lot of token economics that goes behind all that, which you kind of just need to think about it for a minute, and you like really understand like the analytics behind it and see if that is the most savvy move. Maybe. Personally, when I'm looking at coins and I'm thinking, you know, what value does this coin like actually possess? I remember watching a seminar, and it was referring to the economics that's behind a coin, because Bitcoin's realistically, when you think about it, the blockchain, it's just a platform. There's a whole analytics and economic market that's behind what makes each coin move and why does it move, and you know how much liquidity is behind the coin, and that's a whole platform and a whole thing that people have to, you know, plan out when they're doing ICOs. Like, you can't make 80% of your entire like cap market like available. Like you can't do that. You have to have some where you can put off to the side. Some has to go to assets, some has to go, you know, some coins have to burn. Like, you can't just have burned other coins floating for that reason, because it just like the value of the coin would just drop. It would have no holding value, and it would just become a worthless currency. That's like if the United States just decided to just make more and more dollars, it would just cause inflation. Like, it just wouldn't work out. A lot going behind there. But
ooh, I don't like it.
I mean, we look kind of cool. Do you guys think we're cool? I think we're cool.
No, I don't like it. Oh well, it's staying there for a little while.
What do you got going? The Ripple chart?
Yeah,
right,
we're just
we're looking at Ripple right now.
We're looking at Ripple. Ripple is on the 15-minute chart. We got the crossover on the MACD, so could mean something, could mean nothing. We'll see. We can see the histogram of the MACD is just now started to peak up a little bit, and if we zoom out, we can see that technically that's not the true bottom of what the bottom of this actual MACD looks like. It's kind of just a small hiccup in the grand scheme of all of these large movements. So yeah, we'll see what goes on. The goal is that we make a lot of money soon, and it's not a big deal.
No, it's never a big deal. It's for the technology.
The thing about Ripple, is that they have something really great in front of them. It's XRP token being used for XRapid to facilitate those cross-border transactions. The increased volume definitely could and should super spike the price of XRP, almost on a daily basis, continually going up. Really, I made a video about it briefly. The gains that are possible are technically exponential when it comes to XRP, because we're looking at it in terms of what might happen if XRP captures, let's say, the majority or all of the SWIFT network that exists right now. But what if it's more than that? What if XRP's XRapid technology, makes it so possible for these banks to send money back and forth to each other that it's a free-for-all, and there's no fees now for the customers to send money back and forth because it's so cheap and so fast for these banks that now everyone is just sending money, and monetary money movement is now just kind of a standard of things. What if that happens? And now not only are they capturing 100%, but now it's up to 200, 300, 400% of what used to be, a certain trillion market. It like I said, it could go up exponentially. Really, the sky's the limit. And rumors spreading, not really rumors. I looked on the CBOS website. International huge conference. I believe Swift is putting it on. But Ripple has a booth there at the CBOS conference at the end of October. I think it's
really?
October 24th and 25th in Sydney, Australia, if I'm not mistaken. So
I didn't know that one.
So some people are speculating that Ripple is going to say that, or someone is going to announce that Ripple and Swift are working together because Swift doesn't want to be left out. So they're going to bootstrap into the XRapid, and then that's going to instantly open up all of that money potentially to Ripple. And we'll see. If that's what happens, then Bearable Guy, hey.
That'd be pretty neat, honestly.
Then we might 589. Because I think with the estimated projections right now, 100% of Swift's capacity would give us 526, supposedly.
Yeah.
Something like that, I think, were the numbers that I read. So let's see what this is doing on the 1 minute chart, because we love those. All right, still kind of doing stuff on the 1 minute chart, using the top of this red as support instead of resistance, which is cool. Which will lead us into this green cloud, which then could potentially be, let's see here. So I like to kind of plan ahead with my itchies. So let's see, this green represents this rise here, and then this right here represents this red here, which means that more green to the upside is coming. So potentially we're looking at something like that. Supposedly. I don't know. This is not financial advice. I'm not an expert. I just do this from time to time, all day long. Lose fucking sleep over it. Lose sleep over it.
Yeah, we tried to do a trading party the other day because we're just like, hey guys, let's just get people to trade.
Our friends don't want to trade.
Our friends don't want to trade. If you guys want to trade and you want to be our friends, let us know. We're pretty. I don't know if you're local, because I don't know where you're watching from, but we're local, sort of.
Pull up the old live chat there. Let's see where are you guys watching from?
Yeah, that's a good question. Where are you guys watching from? I'm glad I stumbled across this channel. Well, I'm glad you stumbled across me too. Hey, Reggie, what's up?
Rami?
Reggie. Canada. Oh, someone's watching us from Canada. It's cool. Do you guys say like the A? What is it? What do the Canadians say? A at the end.
First of all, I'll have you know that that's not true. Canadians don't say A a lot.
I had a fantastic Canadian chemistry teacher, okay? So I have nothing against Canadians.
I'll have you know that
very smart hockey players.
A lot of my favorite programming a lot of my favorite programming comes from Canada. They know how to get down. All right, back in the day, I know we all used to watch Degrassi. I don't want to hear it. That came right out of Canada.
Yeah, and Trailer Park Boys.
Trailer Park Boys is my favorite show ever.
No, Trailer Park Boys. Oh man, I don't honestly like. It just reminds me of like a full like blown like Jackass series.
Sort of.
It's just like a real live
sort of
Jackass series and like sitcom television. Like, you know what I mean? It's crazy. That's pretty cool though. I don't know.
Best show ever, hands down. I don't care what anyone says. Love that show.
Anyway. He said, "No, you did not." No, I did not. What? No, I did not. You? Me?
I don't know. One of us.
I don't know. Something did not.
It probably wasn't me. It must have been you.
Me? What did I do? Did I did not, or did he did not? You have to tell me who did not, because I cannot. It's cool though. Oh man. All right, guys. So this chart is doing stuff. I just like I honestly when it was
Canada, yeah.
when it was like going up a little bit earlier, I was very hopeful. Honestly, I was hopeful when it was like, can you zoom in right where it's like started the little green patch?
You talking about this one here?
No. It was right after the landfall. Do you see? Okay, so we're falling.
This one here.
We fall right. So zoom in there. Do some zoom in.
This one?
So I became a little hopeful when it started like hobbling along, because it was just like, yay. And it went a little more than like all the others, because it kind of almost matched one of like the mid candles, and I was hopeful, but it didn't do it. It didn't care. It did not care. It didn't care at all.
At all.
It didn't care at all. And then it just tricked me. This one actually, compared to the Bitcoin chart, I think this one has a little more stuff going on here. A little bit more. It didn't crash as much.
Yeah, sometimes the alts move more volatile compared to Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is a beast in itself. But yeah, Ripple here recovered not terribly.
It did not recover, not terribly.
Let's see here. So it gained back 3.8, which is great, after losing today 6. So not bad. Not bad.
An exponential fall. It wasn't a drastic fall. Like Bitcoin had the most drastic fall. It was like your grandmother fell and she can't get up. Like life alert, you needed that right there, right now. Click the button kind of thing.
Yeah,
like,
getting rid of Bitcoin today was that there was a lot.
Life alert. I hope you clicked your life alert button, because I think it went down by like maybe $1,300.
My hip.
I was like, when I saw that drop, I literally like, oh, man, I'm telling you.
Me and Token Gamer were here earlier, just watching it before you arrived, and like I think you were on the phone with him explaining something, and I was just there, just like, ussies nosies.
Ussies nosies.
What's going on?
I was like, I don't know. At one point in time, when I was like watching it like move between the red and green candles, and it was like actually like when it had just like dropped all the way down and then it started going up. What was it? It was like at 6,180. Somewhere on there, and it was just like it started jumping, and then like it hit almost like 300, and I was like, oh, there's hope. Nope.
There was hope for some arbitrage earlier. Binance had Bitcoin Tether at like 63.
Yeah, it did.
63.70.
While the other one was like at
and Coinbase had it at 61 like 90s, super low. So if those dang Coinbase fees weren't so crazy, there would have been some arbitrage there.
Those Coinbase fees, especially now, like people are probably
they still want
nuts.
Like 5% per buy. There has to be a better way for like the new people to get into the market, because like there's a lot. 5% in and out. That's a lot, and I'm supposed to pay taxes on that.
Yeah,
supposed to.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's why sometimes I kind of just prefer, if I'm holding, I just prefer just to kind of like throw it in Robinhood sometimes for that reason, because I just don't have all those fees. Those fees killed me, man, because I'm just like, man, like it's like if you throw like $1,000 in there, all of a sudden $1,000 went down to like 900 and change.
Great, 948. But who literally knows that from last week? I'm not gonna put any names out there. But
you know what I mean? Like literally peel. Like if I was like making like. If it just had a spike to like make up for those $50. I don't care, like it's $50, but like, you know, sometimes it's like you throw it in and you throw in $50 and it just like peels your soul a little bit, and then to like watch
that's 5%.
And then to watch it like go down by so much, that right there, my friend.
But here's the thing about Coinbase that I don't like, and I think you may have mentioned it in one of our previous videos. My thing about Coinbase is that you don't actually own those coins. I mean, about Robinhood is you don't actually own those coins on Robinhood.
Technically.
And so I don't like that. At least on Coinbase, the addresses that I can accept, like for public, you know, for people to send to me, like those are my addresses forever, and then I can send the money, the Bitcoin, wherever I want, or whatever currency I want to any other wallets, and when we put everything on the ledger. And it just makes more sense for the serious investors, I guess, to get in through some other means. But if you're just trying to play around with it, Robinhood is a fine means of.
I guess you could say the reason they do it kind of like that is because they handle it kind of like a stock almost.
I can do stock transfers with Robinhood.
True.
Your move.
But I'm saying where they so there was this whole thing back not too long ago. I don't remember who was doing. I think it was Bank of America. They had some blockchain video.
Veteran says we need a Nano S to hold the coins. Yes, we do. We do in fact have a Nano S. Another video that we did on the unboxing of that, setting that up. Fantastic product. I love the Nano S. I'm definitely gonna buy more and get them blinged out. Gonna get them dipped in gold, looking all saucy on the Cuban links. You know what I mean? Once I get my Lambo. So yeah, we definitely use a Nano S. So good call there.
If there's anything you need to know about the Bitcoin Weatherman, is that he has a thing for the crab from Moana, the one that says "I'm shiny."
I am shiny.
That's his spirit crab.
First of all, let me. Hold on.
You're about to sell that thing like literally an hour ago, and now you're sitting here trying to use it as bait? No.
I was trying to sell it to get some more money to make up some of these losses, but first of all, I am shiny, okay? That is my spirit animal, and it is what it is. What can I do about that? What can I do about that? I have a thing with the bling, okay? I like it.
You're not blinging right now. These charts are not blinging.
Do you hear this?
These charts are not blinging. I wish these charts were blinging, because I'm very sad at these charts. But I mean, we're watching them. We're watching them because we're here for you guys, and these charts, we're going through it as a community. Like, this is community outreach right now. Like, I'm reaching out to you guys.
If you need support, let us know.
Let us know. We're here for you.
We'll offer a prayer in your native religion. We'll look up a good prayer. We'll pray with you in your native religion, or we'll just offer you some positive affirmations if you want. Maybe that's what the community needs right now. Maybe we need some positive affirmations for the community.
Maybe someone needs to get their butt eaten again.
Okay, I had to take a second to think about exactly where we were going with this.
Right.
The lady, the porn star lady, and the guy who went to Vegas.
Yes.
He flew to Vegas.
Yes.
Crypto prophecy. Booty.
I don't know if you guys know about that or heard about that, but that was the whole thing.
I wanted to make sure that we're both on the same page.
Yeah, we're on the same page.
Okay, all right then.
We're on the same page.
All right then. So some positive affirmations for the community. Just go ahead and close your eyes here for a second. Don't worry about the chart for a minute. Everything is going to be fine. Your cryptocurrency wallets are going to be filled to the brim soon with large quantities of coins and money and all sorts of wonderful goodies. And I know everything looks bleak right now, but hold your faith. As a matter of fact, hold your faith. In Satoshi's name we pray. Amen.
Just remember, thou who has the faith the size of a mustard seed shall move Lambos.
Yes. So basically, if you like mustard, you'll get a Lambo.
No, that's not it. Wait a second. No, that's what you got out of that.
Essentially. Was I wrong somehow?
No. If you have the faith, this mustard seeds are very small. You see, they're like itty bitty, like tiny tamales, like this big.
But hold on. I have to stop you for a second. What does a mustard seed grow into? A mustard?
What?
What is
Does it like no? Like, what do they make mustard? Don't they make mustard like dill or something? Like, what do they make mustard?
I don't know. I don't know how mustard works, but what does a mustard seed grow into?
What does?
Is it a mustard plant?
Mustard plant look like? Oh yes, it's a mustard plant. Oh, they're flowers.
That's ugly. That's ugly.
That's ugly.
So
No,
you put
it's
flowers
not.
on your hot dogs?
I guess.
That's
I mean,
weird.
chamomile. You know.
That's weird. That's why I'm a vegan. That's weird. I can't do this weird stuff.
What do you mean? It's a plant. Hold on.
You're a plant.
Hold on. You can't. That was like the worst I'm a vegan ever. Like, I literally just talked about how you're over there killing stacks of papers, and you're sitting here telling me that's why I'm a vegan, and
Listen.
it's a mustard. It's a plant.
Moving on because XRP right now is on the prowl, doing some stuff.
Some stuff.
Let's draw some lines. You know I love me some lines. Let's draw some lines.
We have someone talking about the new exchanges that are going on Wall Street. There are new exchanges going on Wall Street. Wall Street, I'm very iffy with Wall Street. Wall Street breaks my heart 50-50 because Wall Street, let me tell you something about Wall Street.
That
So
looks like a thing.
stocks are very, there's no marketplace that's more volatile than crypto. That's not even a question. But if you catch good stocks, you're on a good ride. Like, I don't know if you guys have noticed the whole, especially when it comes to like political stuff and news, the pot stocks, those have been, doing their thing. In the past few days,
The kids love their doobies.
well, in the past few days,
The kids love their doobies.
they shot up so much because I remember buying in. I think it was IGC. I believe I had bought into at like $1, and it shot up to 14, and I just sold right out. And then it had dropped since, but it was it was playing, it was toggling along. But it was just such a rapid shoot up that they're like, oh, well, obviously analysts are like, oh, it went up too high. RSI was out the roof, but then kind of just dropped because it went up so high. So that's kind of just like playing along. But like whenever like news hits, I always pay attention because like obviously people paying attention to that too. Stocks shoot out the roof. That's always the best time to jump into stocks. Watch the news because something is coming. And something very interesting also coming its way regarding those stocks is that the Trump administration, I heard, was reaching out to the public to see how people thought about marijuana in order to possibly reclassify it.
Oh, you say?
So I saw this coming. Like, I spoke to this about with my dad actually, because as soon as Canada said that you can legally smoke pot in Toronto, wherever you can smoke tobacco, like out in the streets even, I was like, United States going to want to jump on because the whole NAFTA deal, the whole, spiel here we got going on. And I'm like, United States is probably going to, do something soon because there's so many states that are now becoming recreational. And naturally, most states are becoming medical first and then recreational. And naturally, they're going to follow along eventually because everyone's just going to kind of want to, it's like blockchain. Everyone's adapting. Everyone's going to adapt eventually. We caved into like, caved into gay marriage.
Speaking of adoption, please visit your local animal shelter and adopt a pit bull. They are the
best
dogs in the world. And they could use your love. They could use a real bearable guy. Speaking of bearable guy, checking in, looks like we've got some other news going on there. Would you mind scrolling up for me just a snooch on your... There we are. All right, so... Okay, since November, the price has dropped. I'm assuming we're not talking about November, the one that hasn't happened yet. While accumulation continues. Okay, so people are accumulating. Got you. Ripple apparently forced employees to sign contracts that made them promise not to sell XRP. Okay, definitely very interesting. So apparently Ripple may have forced some of its employees. I don't know if forced is the right word.
But that would not negatively impact the market though, because what's going to happen is that those coins are being restricted from the market, meaning that there's less coins that are available. So that's not necessarily a bad thing.
There's a ton of Ripple that's available right now.
Right. But like the more you throw on there, the more valueless it'll become. That's like So I mean, that's not necessarily a bad
Well, those
thing.
would still be
It's a
considered
wrong
those would
thing.
still be considered part of the market cap overall because they're already distributed. They're not part of the tokens that have like not yet been distributed. So they're already part of the market cap.
I suppose.
And the way that XRapid works, they don't really need like a ton of XRP in order to source the liquidity necessary for these transactions because these transactions are super fast.
Right, they're like 4 seconds.
So, but I think what our friend is trying to say here is that the employees at Ripple are not able to sell their shares, their XRP for one reason or another. Pretty stiff restriction, but apparently they're not able to sell their shares, their tokens. And let's see here. Something is happening. I'm hearing noise going on.
Yeah, there's noises going on. Looks like we got some more info from our team. Because I'm kind of... So, Mr. Bearable, where'd you get this info from? To be just a little curiosity, because it looks like... I'm looking some stuff up personally, and then one of my team research members also kind of like messaged me back and forth. Kind of thing. So just out of curiosity.
The pressure's on.
Pressure's on. Just a little bit.
Pressure is on.
Pressure is being on. Who's that conspiracy theory guy?
If you're about to,
Alex
you're about to
Jones,
say
that's that
Alex
guy.
Jones, oh my god.
Alex Jones, that guy. If you haven't met that, well, now you don't necessarily need to meet that guy. That guy
Not all of them are
But-
theories. Some of them are just fact. Okay.
Okay, so there's some. Okay, so listen, I don't care, like what you believe in. You do what you do. You live your best life, whatever. But the moment I heard that man talking about turning the frogs gay, the water is turning the frogs gay, I was like, hold on.
Have you thought about the potential consequences of gay frogs on the children? Have you thought about that?
Hold on. That's that right there, my friend.
The kids are they're in biology class. They're doing what they're doing. They're dissecting
So what
a
are the
frog.
gay frogs supposed to do?
And the frog is gay. That's gonna completely throw them off.
Wait, hold on. Well, first of all, how are you supposed to tell if the frog is gay or not? Let's think about that for a second. How are you supposed to tell if you're dissecting a frog? Are you supposed to like open it and like a rainbow flies out? Like what is it that makes the frog? Oh look, it's a gay frog. Like the pot of gold in the middle of his belly. Like what?
I don't know. I'm gonna come clean here. I'm gonna probably say it probably has better legs than a regular frog.
For what reason?
Cause you gotta have nice legs. That's not a thing.
Are you saying that all gay people have to have nice legs?
I just feel like that. I don't know. Like, cause personally, I don't care about my legs, but I feel like if you probably care about your legs. Cause frogs have legs, so I'm just assuming something with legs. Moving on.
Anyways, so looks like we got a few people watching here. Welcome if you guys are just tuning in. We're just watching. I'm sorry. We're just looking at the market here. Just talking about a little bit about this little chart that's doing some stuff. Honestly, we see some movement. Are we still looking at the Ripple chart? Yeah, we're still looking at our Ripple chart here.
Still looking at Ripple.
We see some movement. It's very, very similar. I don't want to say very similar because every coin is a little different, but it's similar to the Bitcoin chart. Not as much as a fall as Bitcoin, I believe. Bitcoin had a much more hernious fall.
It looked crazy on the way down.
it had a much more hernious fall. Let's check up on Bitcoin. See how they're doing, because
do we want it from Coinbase or do we want it from Binance? Let's look at Coinbase because those numbers are always amusing.
Look at that dive. It literally looks like it just took a whole dive. Like look at that dive. That is a beautiful dive. If Bitcoin was a swimmer, like you just overdid Michael Phelps, man. Like you see that dive? That's a beautiful dive. That's crazy. Man, #1 diver in the world, Bitcoin. Keep that in
Would
mind.
you call that a dive? That looks like a belly flop.
Well, he's like, okay, so first he's like diving down straight, and then maybe he did like one of those back things where he like folds in half, and then like Bitcoin turned over and then like just went face forward again, so it like shifted over a little bit. You see how it like, every minute it just shifts over, So it did some stuff while I was falling. It looked like he was jumping off a cliff, maybe.
It looks like what happened was I don't even know. He or she, I don't even know. Like, just something terrible occurred here today. Something not right happened. And sorry for all of your losses, for everyone joining us. If you did not get out around this area and then get back in somewhere around this area, I'm sorry. I was somewhere in this area. If you didn't hear the story from earlier, I was practicing good hygiene while showering my body when this calamity started. Fully anticipating that we were going to go the complete opposite direction there, but I was wrong.
I mean, on the bright side,
This is
I guess
crazy.
maybe now would be the time to buy in more, unless it keeps
crazy.
falling.
This looks ridiculous. I can't even. Look at this thin red itchy. Like, that's just ridiculous.
No.
It makes like a
it's a 15-minute chart.
like a meat cleaver. What is this? That's terrible. Whoop whoop.
That was all. That's a 15. That was within a 15-minute span. Within a 15-minute. How
This is
that?
one 15-minute candle. This guy right here.
What was the percentage on that one?
In one 15-minute time frame. 4.39, 420%. No, 4.21%. So 4.21%, or
in 15 minutes. Can you imagine?
$272.32.
You almost lost $300, and if you had more than one share in 15 minutes, that's a house. That's a down payment. You lost a down payment in 15 minutes.
And the rest of these little poppies looked, pretty nice. I was happy. I was like, yeah, look at us. We're chugging along famously, looking at the top of that squeeze triangle.
That's why most people thought that it was gonna pop into a bull run, because they're like, oh, it's bearish, bears are out. But there was so if you look at the chart, it made a really tight squeeze where it made a flag. And when it made that flag, most people, because it was going into such a tight squeeze, assumed that at that point in time it would pop up. It was time to pop up. Everyone's like, oh, it goes up in December. You always hear people talking about it's going to go up in December. It's going to go up in December. And with the flag, unfortunately, flags do have a tendency of going up or down. And this one went down. Like, it went crashing down, and it came, all hell broke loose, basically. So, I guess, like, after someone, like, that first red candle just threw everything off, honestly. And I guess people just freaked out and just threw in their flags right there and then. And man.
So that was a great point that you made about the expectation of a bull run in the wintertime. Definitely part of it. Definitely part of it. A lot of people did have that expectation of the bull run. Then a lot of people had the expectation that the institutional money was going to be what was the driving factor, not understanding that the institutional money via over-the-counter trades was already well prevalent in the Bitcoin market. There's obviously still a lot of leg room. There's no way that anyone can say that crypto is dead or Bitcoin is dead or any of those stupid things that you might read tomorrow. And so if you've got the stomach for it, hey man, keep on holding if you got the stomach for it. It's not the worst we've seen in the past, little bit, but definitely the worst we've seen this month. So
it's the worst. I mean, it's just It's just most people are saying this is like the worst of the worst, but I don't know if I want to say that it's the worst of the worst or if it's not. I just
well, welcome to the chat, 2J.
Oh look, we got some 2J here.
2JZ, the super.
You have to give it years to recover.
Are you a super guy?
Well, years. We have to give it years to recover, Tim.
Here's the thing about years. Some of us have rent, and some of us want to buy a house instead of paying rent next month. So,
well, yeah.
All right, cool, super guy, nice.
So here's my my thing with the year. So yes, may take some time to recover. When some people were saying like, "Hey, it's going to go up in December," when I would hear about that, I wasn't 100% on board, just because it just had that like ridiculous skyrocketing up when it almost hit 20,000, and then it just like shot down, and it was like 14 to 11 to 10, and then it was bouncing around in the 10s for a while. I went down to 9, and then so on and so forth, and now here we are in 6. So it does take time. Usually when you see stocks on Wall Street, play like this, you see a very similar pattern where it will go up exponentially maybe at some point in time, and then it'll take kind of like that fall down. That's kind of just like how the market works. And then over time, sometimes a year or more, it'll go up. But I guess you could say it's very, very similar in the situation from what we're seeing. But, it's a very volatile market. It's super volatile. I can definitely say it's not like it used to be. If Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, I think with more adoption that we get, the more people have more contingency and stringes around certain things. It's just not as like super flying all over the place like it used to be. Like it used to fly. Now you don't see it flying as much. People are taking more caution with these things. Some people have been turned off with cryptocurrencies, a lot of them because of all the robberies from ICOs and scamming out and things like that. I've ran into a lot of people where I've spoken to and they're like, oh, well, I'm not into really trading anymore. So I guess it's getting the community into it again is one of the main issues, why we might not see such a spike up. I remember I had seen God, what's his name? Van Buren. Vitalik. He had spoken on the price of Ethereum going down so low and why it took a crash. And he had said I never expect Ethereum to like go back up like this again, just because of the way the market is right now. Like people are not 100% in, 100% out. They're treating it kind of like the stock market where they're having more precaution. And some people that have had issues with cryptocurrency in the past are now scared to invest into it. We went out around Miami the other day and just asked people do you know what Bitcoin is? Do you know this? Do you know that? And some people just kind of don't want to mess with it. Some people do. It kind of just depends. It's each his own right now. So I hope maybe in brighter days we continue to see things going on. Okay, it looks like we got some action going on here. Looks like we have a little bit of action. A little bit of green action. Not too much, just a little bit. A little bit of green action. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy for right now. It's just, it's playing. It's playing. It is a nice bear. It's a very nice bear. Well, it's not a nice bear. It's a very mean bear to me because I don't want that bear. I want a bull.
Where's Bullable guy? 1, 2, 3. Where's he at?
Oh, he's over. Okay, I'm reading one of his comments now.
No, that's Bearable guy.
He's actually agreeing with me on behind the scenes. Nobody realizes what's behind the scenes. They don't understand. There's so much that goes into understanding how there's a whole strategy behind the analytics of cryptocurrency and how it can relate to like a lot of, you know, tools and utensils that we use, kind of like the stock market, and nobody really understands the fundamentals of it. Like I always talk about token analytics and token economics.
I think our friend was more so referring to behind the scenes as like the people who already have the money. So
I'm speaking about that.
Well, I'm specifically referring to our friend here. I believe what he's referring to is the people that are pulling the strings and whatnot. I believe the illusion.
Are you talking about the big dogs? Big dogs.
I believe, yes. I believe what is being alluded to here is that price comes down so that the friends and family get in at the friends and family discount before the eventual.
Well, that's. I guess you could say that's everyone's goal. To get in at that right moment so it can rock the shit off?
Right. I believe that is what our friend is referring to as far as the powers that be, the behind-the-scenes hands there. Moving things around.
The stock market is government-friendly, unfortunately. I got a slap on the hand the other day because I decided not to have at least $25,000 in the stock market and day trade a little bit. Bad Annalise.
Can't do that.
Can't do that. Can't be rich on the stock market.
Can't just go out there and day trade with your own money. No, how dare you?
No, but I have to previously be rich in order to trade stocks on the stock market. I mean, you know, from making savvy moves and doing stuff here and there, it's not like I'm not set, but I'd rather have most of my assets somewhere else, like crypto. It just kills me sometimes because I see these charts and it breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart to see these charts sometimes.
Here's the thing about crypto versus the stock market, right? Let's say, for example, not even the stock market. Let's just say owning equity in a company regardless, right? Let's use U-Haul as an example, right? Because you can purchase, it's private, the way that you purchase U-Haul shares or whatever, but it's actually backed by not only the fact that U-Haul is a company that's probably going to be doing business for a while and be doing well because people have to move, and when they move, they think about U-Haul the same way that when I get a cut on my finger, I think about Band-Aids. But their stock is not only backed by the fact that there's a company with an existing infrastructure, but also the value of the trucks themselves. So if worst case scenario were to happen and that company did have to liquidate all assets, it does have actual assets. Now, Bitcoin, the asset behind Bitcoin and really a lot of other actual cryptocurrencies that are out there is me and you. We are the assets behind that. And so the value that we place on it is the value that will be on it. I always say learn to trade the people and not the coin or token itself, because the people are what are actively valuing that coin. If I don't decide to press sell at a certain number, I won't do it. And if I do, I do. And then likewise, when people decide to buy at a certain number, they do. The same is not specifically to be said for the stock market, though a lot of the pricing is based on speculation. There are some companies that do have actual assets backing the shares or equity in that company, right?
Right.
And so, speaking of purchasing shares in companies, we recently did pick up some XYO shares.
XYO.
Trying to also finagle my way into getting some XYO tokens as well. I believe that's going to be one of the major ones, probably next year or the year after, sometime. But definitely purchase some shares of the actual company, so definitely equity in the company, as well as I'm looking into getting some XYO tokens myself. Procured somehow, even though you cannot be in the United States while doing so VPN Opera.
Right.
So
VPN Opera.
so
we're actually going to do an unboxing because we have the package. It's coming on the way.
Whenever it gets here. Gosh, just been at the post office for 2 days now. I'm going to just walk there.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. It's like, oh, you got an
I did it for the free T-shirt.
We got a T-shirt. It's going to be cool. I'm going to wear the T-shirt, guys. It'll be on here. But yeah, we're going to do an unboxing. So if you guys want to, check that out, we'll have that up on our page sometime whenever that package gets here. It'll be up. But yeah, we'll do an unboxing for that. Kind of show you guys what comes with it when you buy equity into the company, and I guess what to expect. I think we get a certificate too, don't we?
Watch XRP on November.
Oh, the launch. We'll be there. We're watching all the time. You see this guy right here? That's what he does for fun.
To the moon?
To the moon.
It's for fun. That's what it is. It's so much fun watching these charts all day till my eyes bleed and drinking a lot of yellow flavored energy beverage.
Yellow flavored energy beverage. Yep. I guess I like my what color would you say this is? Blue? No, this is blue. This is like a dark gray, like a midnight gray.
So that I'm gonna have to stop you there. That's probably gonna be called gunmetal.
Gunmetal. Okay.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be a gunmetal. If I were to color it.
Oh, grab some popcorn. All right, we'll grab some popcorn too, because like well, we don't grab popcorn. We grab energy drinks around here.
Yeah, seriously.
We grab energy drinks around here. We don't got time for popcorn. Gotta keep these puppies open. People always look at me like, why are you so exhausted? I'm like, dude, I watch charts.
First of all, why are you not exhausted?
Why are you not exhausted?
What do you do at night?
You gotta watch some charts, guys. Gotta watch some charts. Netflix. Even if you do the 1% rule, be safe. Just do the 1% rule. It's cool.
So, if you're not familiar with that, I believe you're referring to starting with $1,000, making 1% twice a day, locking in those gains, compounding that over, and then doing it for a year to make $1.25-ish million by the end of the year. Is that the one you're referring to?
Yeah, that was a very, very common method used typically on Forex. Obviously, we kind of just adopted it over. But yeah, so if you guys are familiar with that rule, get familiarized with it. It's useful. It works. It's math. You can't go wrong with numbers. Can't go wrong with numbers.
You sure can't. You sure can't.
If there's anything you can disprove, you can disprove words, but you can't disprove numbers.
That's absolutely right. Unless you're bad with numbers, then your numbers might be wrong. In which case,
use a calculator.
I could.
That's all I gotta say. Use a calculator. Use a calculator. Because man, I did accounting. If you've taken an accounting class and you're watching, kudos to you, man.
Accounting?
Because accounting. Let me tell you something about accounting, man.
How is that?
So the mathematics in accounting itself is not bad. It's the order and the precision that comes with the accounting. If you do not account those numbers and do the equations and carry over and do all that in the exact order that needs to be, you're done for. Like you messed up, start all over.
I know the guy.
Your problem can easily take 30 minutes.
I know the guy who does the accounting for bits and tokens, and he hasn't done it in the past 3 months.
Do we need an audit? Do we need an audit?
No, it's just so terrible. I have to type things in and update spreadsheets.
So that's like QuickBooks.
And nobody sends me receipts.
So are you talking about like QuickBooks accounting, or are you talking about like actual, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to do this by hand, like college test accounting?
Whoa. I have a spreadsheet. And
like QuickBooks.
When I type in numbers into my spreadsheet, that's not QuickBooks, the spreadsheet that I made.
You can do it on Excel. Excel does the equations for you as well.
Bingo bango. It just gets done.
Easy way. Whatever.
There's even like a cute little field that turns green when we're in the green and it's red when we're in the red. And so as a business, haven't seen that turn super green. I'm looking for like a neon green.
We'll get there. Oh, I can't believe this. I think one of the camera guys heard us, and he typed into the computer, "We accept donations." Thanks, camera guy. You're great.
Let me give you guys $10K and give me 50% of the profit.
What? That's like this guy.
Okay.
That was like this guy.
Now hold on. Here's my, because I wanna stipulate this properly. What if there is no profit? Would you then only be entitled to 5K? Or how is this working? Because if this is a free guaranteed 5K, sign me up.
You're so stupid. I don't know. I cannot.
I'm not sure exactly what's happening here.
Cannot. Next thing you know, sure, just send me 0.000023 Bitcoin to this account and you'll get back.
Hold on. First of all, I literally hate those Instagram pages. They hit us up all the time, and it's hilarious because I'm the one that, like, I have time in my day, so I'll go back and forth with them. Like, oh, and exactly how does this work? Yeah, can you show me some of your stuff? And it's just it's really sad that some people actually do. I would have to assume some people really do get scammed by these people, and it's just crazy. It's crazy. But anyways, sure. If you wanna give us 10K and split the profits 50-50, not a problem at all. You'll find links in the description for all of our wallet addresses that I have easy access to right now, and we can definitely make some things happen.
All right, so let's take a quick look at our charts here and see what we're working with. Take a look to see what's going on here.
So Bitcoin is making another run for it.
Oh no! All right, so it looks like Bitcoin's taking another dip in the pool. This time it looks like he's doing a backflip somersault. He's going.
It's not a bloodbath yet. It's certainly not a bloodbath yet. I would.
Well, he doesn't have a lot. Bitcoin doesn't have a lot of blood left at this point. I mean, honestly, he's bled out half his blood. He was at 20, now he's at 6.
Was certainly severe, but you'll note that on the Mac Dangle, the Mac Diggity D right here, we definitely do still have some leg room from where we previously were, because we were previously way down here in the yonders. So definitely, it's definitely possible that we see another dip. I feel like I'm a sports commentator. And Bitcoin's off. Here we go. Getting down to 63.12, 63.11. Do I say 63? No, that's an auction.
No, you gotta be like those. Have you seen those? Like, so have you ever seen Spanish people get into soccer?
Bitcoin's going hard in the paint right now.
I mean, football. Like those are some hardcore.
Goal.
Golazo. That's pretty cool. Yeah, but. So it's not breaking past that red Ichi cloud. I see. It'll like kind of just dip. We see if you guys see that little green one coming up. I'm hoping maybe it'll break through. I don't know, but so I don't see. I'm not very hopeful for that.
The chart that we're looking at right now is a 3-minute chart, and so that's why I always tell people the 1-minute chart. You kind of have to have a stomach for that. I use the 1-minute chart to see like immediately what's happening right now, right? This is like immediately what's happening right now. And on a 1-minute chart, we're about to start making this red cloud here, and it's probably not going to look super great.
No.
But if we open it up to a 3-minute chart, I can see here that we're not even getting to this green cloud here yet. So there's still the potential that we kind of make some moves and at least hover over some green, because we can hover over green. You know, we could probably tread water indefinitely, as we kind of saw for the previous week there. We get to the 15-minute chart and we're nowhere near anything, but our pivot reversal still hasn't kicked out of gear yet. You know, so as you take it out further and further, you can kind of just gauge it for what kind of trading you're doing. Really, I'm over it for the day. I hope I don't have to do much more trading. I'm just kind of watching at this juncture. But man, what a day today was.
Yeah, so kind of over to you guys, just to kind of give you a review if you guys have been tuning in lastly. Some things that might have contributed to this sudden fall of the market. There's a lot of different things you guys have to pay attention to whether it's, you know, other markets, kind of like, for example, this market is down. Housing market is also down. Stock market is also down. There's several different markets that are down, which kind of gives you an indicator of where the crypto market might go. Because chances are, if people aren't buying houses and applying for loans and aren't getting approved for them, they also may not buy into cryptocurrency. That's kind of just, you know, kind of cause and effect. And same thing with the market. If the market's kind of down, that means a lot of buyers are pulling out. Chances are some of those buyers, which most big buyers are within America, most investors are within America. If they're pulling out of Wall Street, they're probably pulling out of crypto. Chances are, if they're into crypto, that is. From trends that you've seen, whenever the stock market's down, from trends, I usually see that this is down as well. It's kind of just, they piggyback off each other sometimes.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, so just always pay attention to different markets and you'll get kind of a clue of where things are going. Because I've been seeing the housing market going down for a while now, and I've been watching it, and now right now it's at its highest. I think it's 5%. That's its highest in a long time. So I'm not surprised that this is also down, And the stock market's also down. Just everything's down right now. A lot of people are in fear that we're going maybe through another recession. I also gratefully hope not. I hope that the United States is not going through a recession. If you're within the United States, fingers crossed. We're in Trump's administration, so hands down. If you're within another country, I feel sorry because it's true, but and it's sad, but America's kind of like, I guess you could say, the trading capital for a lot of things. So it kind of just affects worldwide. But hopefully, market, we see it go somewhere.
Well, at the end of the month, once the SEC has finalized listening to the people about the 9, I believe it is, Bitcoin ETFs that they're supposed to be judging fairly this time. So last year we ran up to 20K almost, based on the Bitcoin futures being announced as being approved and ready, and the Bitcoin futures were going to be there soon. And so we saw the price run up to 20K, presumably based on that. And so a similar run up could happen this year, just as fast, but maybe even higher, because these are not only products that are going to boost Bitcoin's exposure, but that actually require the procurement and the purchasing of actual Bitcoin in order to facilitate the product itself. If the product is a Bitcoin ETF, Bitcoin needs to be purchased in order for that product to exist. And so that would be adding volume and market cap to Bitcoin, thus increasing the price. And so that alone, if they get approved, the price should go up based on the fact that they got approved, so the speculative price will go up, but then the actual price of it will go up based on volume as well because they got approved. So it's kind of like a double whammy. So we should see a much bigger increase compared to last year if those 9, or if at least some of those 9 can get approved. They're literally there's 9 of them. Supposedly the SEC is open to hearing from the people regarding this. And so I don't see any reason why some of these ETFs or trading products wouldn't get approved, thus sparking the next bull run. And so they're set to either decide when they're going to decide, somewhere towards the end of October, hopefully before November 3rd, so that way I can pay rent in Bitcoin.
Pay rent in Bitcoin.
That's
the goal.
That is one of the goals there.
I just can't wait till we can be. There's a lot of places you can use Bitcoin in, and you can honestly buy almost anything with Bitcoin, but you just got to find who accepts it. But I just can't wait until it just becomes a norm. That's gonna be cool.
There's that one service where supposedly you pay in Bitcoin, and it's 15% off of Amazon. I forget the name of it, but it's
what is that? I haven't heard about that.
Yeah, there's some service where I wouldn't personally, I have Amazon Prime, so I wouldn't do that. But there's some service where you pay in cryptocurrency, and then it takes a couple seconds, and then they put the order through, and then you get the order to send out to you. But it's 15% cheaper. So, Amazon has everything, so technically you can buy everything with cryptocurrency. He said.
Yeah. Oh man, I should have closed my laptop and it's gonna die. Are any of my producers out here? Can I get a help out?
I'm looking at the charger. Can we get someone on set? Can we please get a charger, please? Hold on, you guys. You don't want to see this. This is gonna get ugly over here.
Yeah, it looks like, you're right. Only things that aren't down are the bonds. That is super correct.
Oh, you're fine.
But the fact that that's the only thing that's not down,
and we got
nuts
power again.
If you think about it. For everything that's like saying that every currency in the world was down minus the American dollar. Or everything's on sale minus this one brand. People would not even, you know what I mean? But it's a scary world out there right now. But we'll get through it. We sure will. It takes time. That's just how the market works. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. It's one of those things. It's like fashion trends. Like, you know how people just like recycle fashion. It's like we'll get back to it. We'll get back to the glory days, but I need
Bitcoin to be the new black. I need Bitcoin to be the new black.
I mean, it was the black in December of last year. Right now,
I needed to bring.
It's going through like a yellow.
XRP with it, because this is crazy.
I'm gonna take a look online and see what people are saying online. Just like check into Twitter and stuff like that. See.
Great idea.
Who's talking about what? Reddit. I was just on Reddit, but like Reddit's a crazy place. Reddit's a very crazy place. Sometimes I jump on Reddit and I'm just like, what's going on here?
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and pull up some stuff there from Twitter, and then I will grab a beverage for myself. Here.
All right, so let's check out on our latest news. It looks like everyone's kind of just like jumping on the Bitcoin crashing train. A lot of people are saying that the next step is going to be at 6,000. It is a pretty steep. Where are we right now? On our chart here. Let me take a look. Looks like, okay, so that's our Ripple chart. Let me take a look on my computer. Let me take a look at a Bitcoin chart here. Take a look what we're working with. Let's go to TradingView. TradingView is like the ultimate website for like everything. I love TradingView. It makes me happy. It's just a nice way to look at charts. All right, let's take a look at BTC on what platform do you want to look at on that? So it looks like right now we're playing with the 6.3s. If you're looking on it off Coinbase, so it's just kind of toggling around there. It's still on a spiral down. Let me take a look at it on another platform here. Yeah, so they're about congruent when it comes to that. It's just kind of like on a downfall, unfortunately, right now. Right now I have the Ripple chart up. Ripple's it's talking along as well. It doesn't have too much action going on. But in terms of things that are online, for the most part, what I'm seeing is a bunch of stories of people kind of going over price predictions and things like that. Most of the price predictions midday today, right before the huge, jump off the cliff, was that it was going to shoot up, which we saw the opposite. We saw that flag just take a spiral down. But no fear, HODL is here. If you do want to HODL, if not, I'm just trying to see where the bottom of this chart is, to be completely honest. Everyone's trying to see where the bottom of this chart is because it's kind of scary.
$6,000's our bottom. Everyone keeps saying it.
Yeah, I keep seeing 6. That's what I'm seeing on our social here.
The bottom's been 6 for a while. I thought that we were peeling away from the bottom because that's the way that making money works. It goes up away from the bottom.
Yeah, it's been doing what I've seen for the past few days. It's been doing like a little pop, and then it'll drop. Like it'll just pop and drop.
All right. Well, I'm tired of the pop, lock, and drop it. I need the tall candles going up to freaking moon over it. Somebody was asking earlier about the Ledger Nano. Yes.
Oh yeah, here's our little ledger.
We definitely love our ledger.
Funny story about our ledger. So I sometimes
that story is not funny.
I have really bad handwriting sometimes.
Hieroglyphics.
Sometimes. So I wrote down the code because it gives you like that 20-word code, I think it is.
The seed, yep.
Yeah, so
24 words, actually.
Some words didn't look like the words that they were. Like, apparently, roof looked like, what was it, news? I don't even know what we tried, but it took about
the word was roof, but for the longest time it looked like the word area or something like that, and it was just like it just wet was area, and then like roof was like something else, and like for the longest I could not. And so the cool thing about ledgers, right? The cool thing about a ledger is that you should never need that. You should never need to ever use your seed for a ledger unless you have to recover it, or unless you're like me and EOS is terrible and you bought EOS and registered it and you still have no access to it because your EOS private key doesn't work, and so you went through the backup method and that still doesn't work, and then you reached out to the EOS devs at EOS Rio and they helped you for all of a few seconds with 2 emails back and forth and then vanished into thin air. So yeah, when you're going through that for like literally 3 months and you still don't have access to your EOS, very frustrating to not know that the word is roof.
Or are you still ranting on about me? I just completely disregarded. I'm sorry. I just wanted to say good morning if you're in the UK, like Londoners. It's early morning for you guys if you're out there. It's a late night for us here in the US, and if you're in Canada and over on this side of the hemisphere, because I should probably be sleeping right now, but we don't sleep around here. We drink bulls because that's what we want around here. We want bulls to show up. So good morning to you guys.
Good morning.
Hope that you guys maybe do something with this market. I'd love that. One thing that we like to pay attention to is who's in what time zone doing what and when what goes up. Because if you guys watch the news, I'm not sure if it was 1:30 a.m. here or if it was 1:30 a.m. there, but that's when that bot went off. It was on the Bitstamp exchange over in the UK. It was a European person who did the magic of the Bitcoin. So
well, either that or someone just nocturnal like me.
Nocturnal. Maybe one of the two. One of the two it was, but it was cool. It was cool. So, continuing on with this chart here.
We got a new viewer, Will Mac. Welcome. Join Bit Squad. You'll find all the appropriate links for you down below, and or just go ahead and hit that sub button. Hit the bell.
Sub. Yeah, so it looks like we're toggling along here with our chart. Wow, that moment when you forget your TradingView password. Oh no.
So if the price on Coinbase versus the price on Binance are several different prices. This is getting... Yeah,
the prices are... I mean, if you did trade it from one platform to another, you can make a penny. It's just those fees, man. It's just not...
And it's not even the network fees. The Bitcoin network fees have gotten very reasonable as of late, comparatively. But gosh, Coinbase they charge so many monies.
Yeah, so I'm just seeing like people on the news here, just reporting on this scandalous drop of crypto.
Scandalous is right. Some nefarious bears are out there trying to steal all my honey.
Yeah, it looks like everyone is kind of on the same page here where they're seeing this drop. Most people are kind of like wishing for the best, but honestly right now it's...
Listen, as a community right now, the best that we can do is just hold each other's hands, offer each other some nice words. Here's a few free nice words for you guys. Maybe in your day today, you'll go and spread some other positive nice words. But you guys look great. You're all fantastic human beings, and you're all pretty smart.
Yeah, so some people are getting discouraged. I see online, like somebody had over on Twitter had said, not emphasizing not loving how hashtag Bitcoin, hashtag cryptocurrency market movement this past day is correlated so closely with the stock market.
Yeah, really not enjoying that. And I believe we got a comment from one of our latest viewers regarding how there's such a correlation between the way the stock market, took a dip and the way Bitcoin took a dip. Now, I will say this: the U.S. stock market did close normal time and then the after hours trading. So you're looking at somewhere between 4:30 and 6. But Bitcoin didn't do its steepest dance until around 8 p.m. here on the East Coast. So, excuse me. So maybe it could have been predictable, perhaps to some degree. Let's see here. Looks like Tony is also joining us. Hello, Tony.
Looks like Wilmax recommending us to use GDAX, no fees.
So, yes, you are right about that. Using GDAX is significantly cheaper, especially since typically I will use my debit card to purchase right from Coinbase, which you shouldn't do. You should transfer the funds and have them sitting there. Sometimes I don't do that. Sometimes I do not do that. All right, so
so apparently Warren Buffett called Bitcoin rat poison squared.
That's old.
That is old.
That's
it's
super
trending
old.
For some reason. That's weird.
What is he re-quoting himself? That's super old.
I have no idea. I don't know. Someone's like retweeting stuff. Hashtag Bitcoin got me like, stop dropping. True story. Hashtag Bitcoin got me like, stop dropping. That's me right now. That was me. I mean, don't say this to like, I hope no children are watching, but like I had posted something earlier on Twitter. Yeah, right when that Bitcoin chart dropped and it was just doing like this at the end, it was like bad sex. I'm just saying, it was just like really, really bad. Like the sentimental value that was behind me in Bitcoin right there, it was just bad. It was really bad. I didn't enjoy it.
Here's the thing. With bad sex, a lot of times at least one person is still happy anyway. I don't see anybody happy right now.
It depends how bad it was.
I'm looking at the Twitter. I'm looking at all of our other places. I'm not really the comments we're getting on Instagram. Everybody is sad right now.
Who knows? You gotta be optimistic about these things. To be completely honest, you gotta look forward. You gotta look toward better tomorrow, because that's all you can do with these charts. Because eventually, what's gonna happen is it is gonna take its little spike up again, just like we saw when it did the little bot thing and it took its spike up. And if you're a day trader, that's like the best opportunity when it takes those spikes up and it goes up maybe 12%. But then it might just go down and it might not get that run that you were hoping for. And that's kind of where I come back in, like I had mentioned earlier with the whole thing that Vitalik had said, like a lot of people are hyping these currencies. Not that you shouldn't. These currencies are good. However, don't expect that 1,000% increase like they used to. Usually the smaller coins will do that these days, but those coins that are already huge, some people are just kind of like scared of even going back there because of all the fraud and the ICOs that have been happening lately. And you hear some people, they're like, oh, Bitcoin, they get scared. Like even we went like the other day, like somebody we were giving away $10 worth of Bitcoin for free if you like got a wallet. And people literally did not want to take it. Like I was giving you free money, and sometimes even when we were doing the transaction, like it would go up a cent and they'd be like, oh, and like some of the people were excited, but like there was people who literally just didn't want to take it. And that was like mind boggling. Like, you don't want this free money? I'm giving you free money. So I don't know, maybe.
There was that one guy that like sat down and talked with us for a while and like really knew like about stuff. He was like, yeah, I like Ethereum, I like this, I like that.
Yeah, that guy too.
And then we were like, okay, here's the money, and he was like, no. I don't want the money. Maybe next time. Like, what?
Oh, some guy was actually trying to reimburse us. That was a funny one.
That was funny. Twice he asked. I tried to just kind of, ignore it the first time, and then he came back and he was like, no, but so like, do I Cash App? And we were just like, no, man. We're not giving away Bitcoin and then you pay for it. Like, we're giving it away.
Right. So
it's yours.
Yeah,
I'm allowed to gift a certain amount of money to a certain number of people every year, and you're one of them, guy.
So, I mean, maybe it's just kind of like that fear. There's a little fear. We got a little fear. It's okay. Sometimes we're scared. But you just got to kind of be optimistic with these kind of things. Because if not, it just doesn't look pretty. It's not going to look pretty. Charts are looking...
Penny stocks, what about those? And then our producer's back there saying not to touch HMN.
Oh, no. So, penny stocks...
oh, man.
Back to the pot stock. So if you're looking into penny stocks, one of the best penny stocks to look into, technically you should have looked into it before the whole thing went through with Canada, because that's when those stocks were I think I bought into one of the penny stocks at like under $1 and it went up to $14 like within a few days. So one of the things that you should be looking at with penny stocks is kind of like correlating some things in the news. When it comes to the stock market, always watch the news. You might hate the news, you might not like the news, but always watch the news because something might correlate. Like you might see a spike in maybe CVS stocks or Aetna stocks because today the government said, hey, okay, Department of Justice, you guys get a merger, a $68 billion merger. Now, in the past, they had denied Aetna and Humana joining, which cost some people up to $400,000 for like pensions and shares that they would have for retirement. So always watch the news when it comes to something with the stocks, because that kind of gives you an intuition of what's gonna kind of pop. Like whenever you see things get announced, you see Tesla stock went up and this stock went up. Just always pay attention to something that correlates with the news, because again, Wall Street is attached to the government. The stock market is very close to government. It's very governmental. So always watch news, always watch politics, unfortunately. That's going to give you an intuition of what is going to be popping on the stock market. I've always noticed that. Like the Trump administration is now reaching out to people trying to reclassify, because they're thinking of reclassifying marijuana. I saw this coming because as soon as Canada jumped on saying okay to Toronto about, legalizing pot and you can go smoke pot anywhere you can smoke tobacco, that and the whole NAFTA thing, of course, that as well, that maybe made the U.S. go, oh, well, maybe we should kind of join. We're already having most states doing medical. Most states that do medical are now transitioning over into recreational. It's a trend. So those would be the better penny stocks. Right now, they kind of went down a little bit. They're kind of like messing because they shot up so high that they're like, oh, wait, like analysts were just saying, oh, no, this went up too much. It's going to drop.
Yeah, there was an obvious need for correction there. Regardless that the whole stock market took a poop today, there was an obvious need for correction there. That's why after you told me about whatever stock it was, I looked away.
Well, no, it was too late at that point in time. You got to jump on initially.
Well, not that it was too late, but you wait for the dip, and then if something's a good idea, it's a good idea, right? But after something shoots up based on a lot of just all speculation, the market has to revalue what it thinks that thing is actually worth. Like, you guys are crazy for buying up here. We actually think it's more worth, kind of this thing over here. And that's what we witnessed kind of with Bitcoin all year long, was that tug of war back and forth of like, no, I think it's worth 10,000. No, I think it's worth 5,000.
Right.
No, it's maybe 8,000. Well, no, it's actually 6,000. So we've been seeing that tug of war all year. Definitely, this is the lowest volatility we've seen all year, comparatively. But yeah. With the stock market there, like you said, there's a lot of regulation involved. It is very governmental, so to speak. And a lot of those stocks, as far as like the marijuana stocks, you'll find a lot of institutional investors are not yet on board. And so if this is true and the Trump administration is trying to pave the way for that to actually become a revenue generating legitimate business in the United States, we're going to see an outpouring of institutional money into there because they're all chomping at the bit waiting to get into this. They just, for legal reasons, can't, because how will this look? How do I explain this to my investors that we took a risky investment into something that's federally illegal? You know what I mean? Like, you can't, that doesn't go down in the boardroom like that. Though behind the scenes, they're waiting for it to become something they can present to the investors and there can be a vote and et cetera. But a lot of these institutions, like these huge, large corporations, would love to get into this. But unfortunately, it's federally illegal right now. And so that means that right now little people can get into it, but it could be the same thing. We saw that the federal government decided for a while it was going to leave the actual pot businesses, the growers, the dispensaries alone, and then the federal government came back in time after time and arrested people. I don't know what might happen to some of these companies that are traded on the stock exchange. What happens if they get delisted or, your stock gets seized or you're implicated as some sort of, you own.
Well, I mean, I guess they have
if
to
I
have
own
some...
equity, if I own equity in a company and that company has marijuana, doesn't that mean that I technically am legally telling the government I own marijuana? And technically, isn't it federally illegal?
Necessarily.
I think so. I think necessarily. And I think that's why a lot of people are on the fence about that right now. But that's also why it's a great time to get in, even though the price did go up so much. I think it's still a great time to get in because the big institutions can't get in there yet. Like, they morally and legally are not able to get into that yet.
Well, it's gonna go up over time. Right now, it went up way too much, way too quick, which is why I kind of like took that chop back down. Like I said, one of them went from literally like under $1 to like $14 in a period of days, and that's not typical for a penny stock. Some of them may do that.
MJ,
but it was just such a quick up and down that it took a crash and they reevaluated, kind of like how Bitcoin did back in December, where it went up to 20,000 and they're like, oh, we don't think it cost that much, and it kind of reevaluated and went back down. But it's gonna take a while before I don't think it's gonna go back all the way down to cents, because it is a valuable market. It's very lucrative. Just like who did the pot coin? Who was that guy who did the pot coin? That Trump guy? What's his name of him? Gotta look him up. But he also did
Dennis Rodman?
Yeah, that guy. So he did the pot coin.
Speaking of Dennis Rodman, if I'm not mistaken, I think XYO got him as a speaker for Spatial.
Did they? I saw him in the news recently, but I don't remember what it was for.
Producer, can we get that? Can we verify that fact? Can we Google that, please? Can you tell me if Dennis Rodman is in fact speaking at Spatial conference coming up soon? All right, so this is MJNA. So it's traded over the counter. So all you Robinhood fans probably won't have access to that. And TradingView does not like this chart whatsoever.
I think I see something. Maybe do I see something? I think I see something.
I'm pretty sure I'm not making that up. XYO Spatial SPATIL.
Look at news.
I hope I didn't make that up just now. That'd be like super weird if I made that up.
I don't know. I don't see anything crazy. I see something on Medium. Let's take a look at Medium.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, Dennis Rodman. Boom.
Surprise. Something about spatial surprise.
Yeah. Scroll down. I just want to make sure I'm not crazy and I didn't lie to these people right now.
So we threw down a goblet. We booked incredible speakers. Okay, so it looks like...
Complete with open bar and Dennis Rodman.
With Dennis, yeah.
All right. I'm not crazy.
All right, so...
I'm not crazy.
All right, so if you guys want to, hop over... And who posted this? One of the content managers posted this. A senior content manager on Medium regarding the XYO network. They're going to get...
that's XYO's Medium, so they posted that. All right, cool. All right, so this pot stock today...
Interesting.
Did not do terrible. Let me see. What is this? Okay, well, no, that was another pretty big hit. But dang... Does that mean that?
Mr. Dan, I see that you're asking where's our mail.
Okay, cool.
Are you referring to like our email? Are you referring to like our mailbox? What are you referring to, my friend?
My mail?
Yeah, where's my mail? I mean, I have my mail in my mailbox.
Like I have some mail shit. Like, did you just want to see Well, it's over there. Geico just sent me something.
So let's take a look here, guys. How are we doing with our charts?
I looked at MJNA, going back over to Bitcoin. Nothing eventful or interesting happening on the 15. Gonna switch back to my least favorite chart here, the 1 minute. And all right, so when you zoom in on a 1 minute, let me show you what you kind of want to see if the price is going to be sort of somewhat moving up. So it comes through the red over here, starts making its way up this little hill, not even a mountain, just a little hill, dips slightly into this red here, and then comes out the other side and kind of looks like that, and then should do the same thing over again. And so we didn't really give back a lot of what we got from the bottom here, and that's fine. And so probably gonna just chug along, and hopefully the price goes up over time, and hopefully someone should have a stop loss set this time. I don't have a stop loss set. That's on Coinbase though. Yeah, Binance looking pretty similar to Coinbase. Although, gosh, if you would have got it at the bottom of what Coinbase's price was and then waited and then transferred it to Binance, I wonder if there was arbitrage there. Interesting. It's strange that the prices are so vastly different on those two different platforms. It's like you save money in fees right now. It's crazy.
Fees are the worst, but it's okay. You just gotta keep trying, I guess. It's doing that little playing thing again, where it's just like squeezing in, just bouncing off, just barely making any sudden movement. It's tippy toeing. Bitcoin's tippy toeing right now.
'Cause everyone's scared. Everyone's
super scared. Oh man, everyone's super scared.
Everyone is
I'm super
waiting
scared.
on bated breath right now.
I literally, I was just like, you know what? I had like, if I was one of those people who like had my bets on Bitcoin, and I was like, all right, gotta do it.
I was one of those people that
Let me
had
tell you.
a lot of money that, you know, was supposed to be for brighter days. Riding on some recent.
It was a dark night. It was a dark night. Today's a dark night.
Oh,
it's
man.
a dark night. It's a late night. It's a dark night. This is literally our first. It was such a dark night. We said, man, we gotta talk about this. We need to talk to some people about this because this is breaking our hearts.
We didn't even get everything set up the way we wanted it. We slapped everything together, and then here we are. Here we are.
Oh, my friend Will Mack, you got crushed by USI tech scam. Whoa, scams. So how did that happen, my friend? Scams. Yeah, watch out for scams. So if there is a little bit of advice I can give the community out for scammers and ICOs, one thing that I have been gearing towards is that I have recently started to even travel and go around to places to honestly meet people and meet ICOs and meet and understand like what they're putting out, because there's a huge misconception, which is why people get bamboozled with these ICOs. What they do is that they don't know what they're doing when they're jumping in, and they kind of just get in there, and you don't personally know who's doing what. You don't personally know what they're offering, and then you have a misconception of the product. We did an investment. My first investment personally was into KYC Legal, and KYC Legal was a company who was supposedly on board with getting KYC of companies, you know, off the ground. So instead of in the United States and in China, the reason you can't buy directly into ICO sometimes is that you have to be KYC compliant, know your consumer. And because a lot of companies don't do that, that is why most American and Chinese people can't participate in ICO, which is why you kind of need a VPN, Opera, to do all your stuff. But you need to.
Sorry, did you say that Opera has a VPN?
We can't say that. Anyways, so the reason that a lot of people kind of just get blindsided is because they don't actually know the abyss, what these people are behind. What I like to do, always look at LinkedIn. LinkedIn is your best friend when you're investing. Let me tell you something. Some of those people on those exchanges that are listed, literally, if you look at their LinkedIn, they have like 15 other companies that they've worked in within the past 2 years. If you have 15 other companies that you worked in within the past few years and you're listing an ICO, chances are I'm sorry, but you're a scam. There's no way that you ran 15 ICOs in the past few years. Now, I personally know community managers that do work for several companies, but there is no such thing as literally a CEO running 17 companies at the same time. That's just not happening. It is. I've been in people's offices who have started ICO startups, and I've gone to like all the way to London and talked to companies and you know what they do and like see what they do and go to their headquarters and all that. Let me tell you, those people do not have time to run 15 companies. Do not invest into someone who is literally affiliated with 101 companies and is a CEO. No, no. And then always check the other workers, because chances are if the CEO has it, some of the other workers do too, which, surprise, surprise, guess what? Half of them had also other companies that they worked for in the past 3 years. So you got to watch out for that. You really got to do your research and do background checks, because even when you back route their websites, for KYC Legal, we found that they had their website domain since 2015, but they launched in 2018. And then when you check the work from the CEO and his previous works and like his apps and stuff, they were so mediocre, it was sad. Like, these are things that were like, if we did our research more, they were abundantly clear that it wasn't a savvy move to make. But right. you have to look. Like, you got to dig. If you're not digging to do your own analytical, fundamental research into these people, then you don't know.
Do your own research.
Do your own research, always. But again, one thing that I like to do is I like to find companies that I'm able to trade and work within the state. So I found a company here local. We're in Florida. In case you guys didn't know, we're Floridians. Woo. So
now hold on, that's a strong accusation. Personally, I'm not a Floridian.
You're from New York, but whatever. But one thing I like to do is find companies that I can directly invest into, and that I can meet, and that I can talk to, and that I can see their product. It's always very important to be safe, because it's a rough patch out there. You do not want to end up like BitConnect. Let me tell you. Let me tell you, you do not want to be a BitConnector. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. So it's just so important. You know, you got to do your research. You got to do your research. If you're going to invest, do your research. And it's really sad that because there's been so many scams out there, people have literally just like turned a blind eye. And the truth of the matter, the fact is that most investors are within the United States. I talked to the CEO of Zero Carbon, and he was telling me that most of his investors are in the United States, and he couldn't successfully launch his ICO. And he could not successfully launch his ICO because people were too scared to invest. Why? Because they got scammed. And that's the sad part. That's the sad reality of the truth. And we were thinking of even hosting an event where we can meet up with more local ICOs. And so there's this ICO here, local in Florida, called Cabbage Patch. And, you know, I can't judge people.
I'm gonna listen.
I can't judge people.
I don't even know if it's even worth mentioning yet, the information that I uncovered about Cabbage Patch, because technically it's not an ICO. They're not selling tokens. It's a product that may or may not come to fruition based on some number of factors.
There's just it's still a little fishy, you know. It's one of those things where you want to put your toe in the water, but then like when you look at the water, you're like, ooh, it's kind of dirty. Like, you know, it's like a dirty lake. It's one of those things. So
listen, we may try to reach out and do some additional digging, but right now that's not even one that I wouldn't even mention that one. That's crazy. Looking back on the charts here,
Tim's no fun. Sorry, guys.
Not really. Yeah, no. Listen. The story with Cabbage Patch is I did more research today, and so sometimes people have a story.
Like
past.
I said, I can't get on anyone's life, and I don't want to directly affect anyone's investment or anyone's whatever they do. But as a face of a company, always remember that you need to watch your back because someone is always looking. And
with that being said, my personal Instagram is my personal Instagram, and the things that you may see on there, as dastardly as they may be, don't reflect me as a business.
That is true. That is true. I don't know. Well, I mean, I don't know.
I'm a fine, upstanding citizen. Let me stop. I'm great.
I mean, I guess mugshots are in though because rappers got mugshots, right? So it's in.
For the record, I didn't mention anything about mugshots. So.
Well, anyways, our charts. How are our charts doing? Because
really not a lot happening on the 1 minute. I tell you.
It's playing the back and forth. It's like ping pong. Do you guys watch ping pong? It's like ping pong right now. Right now, I'm watching Bitcoin ping pong back and forth, and it's just toggling along, and it's not doing too much.
Which is good compared to all what it did earlier with the slip and slide.
Well, yeah, that was pretty brutal. But right now it's not doing too much. We're kind of looking at charts for more or less. If you guys are just tuning in now, I was talking about earlier how you can see how this chart and most of the crypto market resembles a lot towards the stock market. If you're ever looking at, crypto and you're like, oh, well, why is this crashing? Always pay attention to other markets. The matter of the fact is, unfortunately, like the U.S. is kind of like the trading capital. True story. True story. Hey guys, it looks like the side of the world where London and China is located is waking up. Good morning to you guys. Thanks for getting... Oh yeah, our audio's back up. Cool guys. All right, so we're back on. Our audio's up. Or we're not? Oh, I'm just talking very loudly.
We are.
Okay, we are? Okay, cool.
Okay, we are.
All right, we are.
Cool.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys.
Broke the audio there for a second.
Yeah,
so
our audio was out
that.
for a second. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Basically, what we're talking about here, we're talking about market right now. As you can see, it has a crash. If you're waking up on the side of the hemisphere where London's at, China's at, good morning. Thank you for jumping on the market, and I hope you guys throw some money in there.
Thanks for joining, and definitely don't be shy. Hit that sub button. We could certainly use you. Once we reach 10,000 subscribers here, pray tell, we may be giving away $100 worth of Bitcoin, but we're doing it kind of a special way. We're going to be literally giving away the private key to a wallet, which you may say, hey, why would you give away the private key to a wallet? Then you'd have access to it. Yeah, but you're probably just going to take the funds and move them as soon as you get access to it anyway, so it just makes it more fun for the community. Play along. Anyways, welcome. Thanks for waking up. If you're just waking up now, thanks for joining us. Let's go ahead and get a different chart here. So we were just taking a peek over there at Bitcoin, but I think we're going to go ahead and jump into Ripple Bitcoin on Binance. And we can see here, it's not yet. Oh, yep. We're kind of touching the previous low levels there, which is not super great at all. That's a crazy pattern that it's making right there.
To just give you guys kind of like a catch up if you've been tuning in recently. For some reason that the market may be crashing include things like market is for crypto is very similar to the stock market. It's kind of like government backed in that case. Also the housing market's down, as I had mentioned earlier. Only things that's up right now is bonds, as somebody had mentioned. In addition to that, there have been certain articles that have been speculating from the Wall Street Journal, which was talking about, I guess you could say, slandering Bitcoin. In addition to some, like Shapeshift was another one that they had incorrect facts and they called them out on it. They actually called the Wall Street Journal out after because it was dropping. But they had corrected it. So these are some things that people are speculating right now that are affecting the market. Right now, most people think that at 6,000, that is the all-time bottom low. Fingers crossed, because honestly, this is a bloodbath right now. And I hope that's a low because it's just so close. We're actually very, very close to that. Bitcoin kind of just took a dive off the cliff.
Didn't all the way hit it, but we got
pretty
super close.
We were very close to hitting that 6, to be completely honest. But
let's get back on.
Hopefully, maybe it will bounce out before that.
Oh my gosh!
But if you're ever paying attention to the charts, always pay attention to stocks. That'll give you some kind of correlation, some kind of intuition. That is very, very, very. It has a correlation. It's just always gonna have a correlation. Why? Sorry, America is just a trading center of the world. It's in New York. But just always pay attention to those things because that's gonna give you more of an intuition on when you may or may not jump in and jump out. Because, well, we can see.
Speaking of jumping in and jumping out of the crypto market, I read an interesting story recently where I was explaining to you guys a little bit earlier with the using a trend or sentiment analysis in order to get in and out of positions. There was someone quoted as making 26% even in a bear market on Bitcoin by using sentiment analysis, essentially dividing, going into Google Trends and looking up buy Bitcoin, and then also looking up BTC USD, and then dividing by Bitcoin, whatever the number is, by BTC USD, whatever that number is. And if it's 35% or higher, it's supposedly a good time to get into Bitcoin. And when I was looking at those numbers on a 7-day chart, it made perfect sense literally all the way up until today. So that's fun.
Well, I mean, today made absolutely no sense. Like, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Most people thought that this chart was going to shoot up because it was making such a tight squeeze on that flag that it looked like it was honestly going to shoot up. However, what people don't realize is that the market is so volatile that it doesn't necessarily mean or give it intuition on which direction to go up or down. It could go up or it could go down. It could shoot either way. But because we did see that jump last December, most people thought that because that jump happened last December, it would also happen this December. So naturally, most people thought it was going to go on an uptrend. However, that's not what happened. And now we're kind of just...
Well, we're speaking into the future, so... Gonna reel that phrase back in.
I'm speaking as of right now what people thought was gonna happen.
Right now, December hasn't happened yet.
Of course not. Of course not. It's not here yet.
So right now, we still have a lot of room left until December. What with the SEC deciding on those 9 ETFs, so that's great. There's been a lot of positive news. There's been really nothing but positive news about crypto, about the crypto space, Bitcoin. Apparently that you're going to be able to launch ICOs and host smart contracts on Bitcoin soon. So a lot of positive things happening in the space. And that's one thing that I mentioned. And one of the reasons why Bitcoin remains king is that a lot of this stuff is open source, right? And so, yes, Bitcoin has been a little bit slow to add new features and new things and increase block size, things of that nature. But what with everything being open source, there was never anything stopping Bitcoin from adding smart contracts and dApps and all these other things that all these other currencies have that they tried to separate themselves from Bitcoin. Meanwhile, the folks over at bitcoin.org, not to be confused with bitcoin.com, have moved towards some of these new features to Bitcoin, and that's definitely going to be enticing and perhaps increase the value moving forward, because now it's not just a store of value investment vehicle. Now it's this tool that's used to facilitate all these things. So anyways, we're really not looking crazy in the grand scheme of things when you zoom out here, but gosh, when you zoom in on just that one candle there, it just makes you want to call your mom and tell her, you know what, Mom, I love you. This might be it for me.
Honestly. Well, no. I mean, so with this market, you have to have hope. Again, it's not as regulated as the regular stock market, so of course it's not the same. You can't, it's not the same. It's just never going to be the same. It's not the same. It is what it is, but with this market, again, it's extremely volatile and it's high risk. You do have to remember that it's a high risk market and you have to be careful. You do have to invest at your own risk, but because it is volatile, you got to watch it. You have to watch this market so closely. Within a 15-minute period, Bitcoin dropped by like $272. Within 15 minutes.
Let's pull that back up again, because that was one of my...
money? Let's say you
Those are my least favorite candles from today.
Let's say you had, like, you bought in Bitcoin when it was, like, mere almost nothing, or, you know, whatever the case is. And let's say you owned 30 Bitcoin.
I think that was on Coinbase's chart.
Whatever. Let's say you own 30 Bitcoin. If you times that by 272, you literally lost 8,000 and change. Right there.
That was on Coinbase's chart.
That was a brutal fall. That was a brutal fall. So, I mean, the volatility in this market, it's there. And you just got to be careful, honestly.
Don't be like me. Use your stop losses.
Use your stop losses. They're there.
If you're trading more than one coin, be careful and use your stop losses and make sure you're looking at a bunch of stuff, and probably pay for TradingView. Maybe definitely not an advertisement for TradingView, but as you see, my little things keep popping up because I don't pay for TradingView, and if I did, I would have more than one chart available and I wouldn't have to use multiple browsers. Not that I do that, TradingView. I'm not saying I do that. I'm just saying I do that. So 61, 63. Oh, that's on Coinbase. So yeah, just if you're trading multiple coins, or if you are just trading at all, honestly, please use a stop loss. You know, think about the bags that you could be left holding if you don't.
Yeah, just
Yeesh.
about.
Yeesh.
Yeah, so for the most part, we're just out here, guys. It is what it is. I think we should just kind of just watch this chart a little closely throughout the day. If you guys are watching your chart, if you guys have any apps,
what's going on
that
here?
you watch it here, just keep an eye on the charts. They'll be okay.
Well played, Dan. I see what you did there. Well played.
Yeah. So just keep on watching your charts through the day. For today, I don't see too much of a positive right now. It's just a rough day. It might be a rough day. It'll probably be a rough day on the market too, because there was a lot of drops today on the stock market. This market, it has also been a rough day, as we can see. Not our luckiest day. So it'll probably be a rough trade tomorrow, or today, technically. Probably for the next week or so, it'll probably be rough. What I'm hoping is that we see a bull market soon, and people get hopeful and they jump in, and then we can shoot up a little bit. For right now, we're pretty much sedentary at this point in time.
Well, as long as nobody sells anything, just everyone stop. Just close your devices. Don't sell anything from here on out. We'll be fine. We just need these prices to go up from here. I think a few things are going to happen that would cause that. A Bitcoin ETF, like we talked about earlier, would definitely be the thing that would cause that. That would slingshot us into easily back up to at least 10K, if not more. Definitely possible for us to do even more than last year with a Bitcoin ETF. So hopefully that's something that we can get the SEC to approve us on. SEC, if you're listening right now, honestly, my guy, I need you to just really think about the children. Think about the children of tomorrow. I don't know if that's a song, but I'm going to make that a song. Think about the children of tomorrow, SEC. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. So we're just going to watch this chart for a little more here, see what's going on with it. It's just toggling along right now. If you're watching, I wouldn't say take your eyes off the charts. Never take your eyes off the charts if you're seeing a very volatile market like we do right now, because this market right now it's not playing games. This market is not playing games right now.
Sure ain't.
You have to watch it. However, do not expect do not expect
don't expect
something major. Don't expect something major. I don't see it happening. People are scared right now. This is when everyone gets scared and they're shaking in their boots. I don't know if you saw, but when that little bot over on Bitstamp did that whole shoot up to $800 thing and shot Litecoin down, that was a period of time where Bitcoin was just doing like this, one of those little bouncing ping pong things off the wall, back and forth, back and forth. I feel like that we're going to go into that little back and forth again for a little bit. The chart kind of just looks like that. It looks like it's going back and forth. It has a little bit of dips and it has a little bit of head and shoulders going here and there. No cup and handle, none of that, but it's doing it back and forth. And when it does that, at some point in time, that's when it spikes up or spikes down, because it's edging in, it's squeezing, and what we're seeing is hopefully goes on an uptrend. Like right now, I can see that it had dropped down lower than the previous, I want to say what is that, a 10-minute, 15-minute set, and then after that first little 15-minute set, now it's going up to green again. So it's bouncing back and forth between, okay, well, we're crashing, to, okay, no, we're not. People are slowly but surely jumping in, but again, it's scared. The market volume is not crazy. They're scared. They're just kind of holding back for the most part. So kind of just watching that right now. I would say keep your eye on it, because it's playing within the same region. If you look at where the chart was, where it is now, where it cuts off with that blue and green candle, and if you look back over where the little mouse looking arrow is, it's about the same height right there. So it's kind of just bouncing off. I guess that was a leverage point that's kind of going off. So hopefully we see it maybe break past that red cloud that we're looking at right now, and maybe it'll go. If it breaks past that red cloud, I'll be happy, because then we're gonna see maybe a positive increase, because that's where that would go past its last barrier when it was at a high after it hit that huge fall. So Just gotta watch it. Just keep your, I don't know what apps you guys use throughout the day, if you guys work or if you guys just stay at home and trade. But I would recommend for you guys to.
Where are my stay-at-home traders at?
Where my stay-at-home traders
Where my stay-at-home traders at?
They're out there. They're out there. Stay-home traders, it's a very tough time right now. The other coins, every coin but the major coins are kind of doing okay. They're poop coins, I call them. The poop coins are doing okay, but these coins not so much. They need time. They need some loving. Tickle your charts. Give them kisses. You know, when you talk to your charts, when you talk to your charts, they respond sometimes.
You absolutely cannot yell at the charts.
Don't yell at your charts.
You need to be sensual.
You have to be sensual with your charts.
When dealing with the charts.
Maybe lubricate them sometimes. Don't do that. Just kidding. But you know,
ladies and gentlemen, I mean, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
All right, gonna go ahead and take a short siesta here, recoup a little bit, leave these charts on for you guys. Be right back.
Yep, enjoy the charts. guys, we're back.
And we're back.
And we're back. All right. So, seeing a little bit of green, a little bit of a carrot top here, a little poke out from our friend here. Not too much. Bitcoin chart slightly resembles, just by a little bit.
Let's see, Bitcoin.
Let me see. I got one of them pulled up here. Let me see.
Same type of maneuver there on the 1 minute chart.
Yeah, just about. It's
The interesting thing that I'm seeing here is on this 1 minute chart, it kind of looks like exactly the same as what happened previously, and so it would be a little funny if we almost immediately revisit 6372.
Oh God!
Because no, look at this. Okay, so this, first of all, this right here is like exactly the same, like up and down, right? Then you have like little bump, and then it goes here and comes down. Then little bump and it comes down, right? And comes down again, comes down again, comes down again, comes down again. Then it starts going up, and these, I mean, the same bottom there. So it's like a mirror of itself, and so it would be very interesting to see if we got up to this level. And then maybe corrected back up. Maybe we did some sort of like a cup and handle maneuver. And then, oh, surprise everybody. It's actually a bull run. We lied.
Maybe. But.
No big deal.
Yeah, it kind of looks like
no big deal.
Well, that other side of the cup is kind of lopsided. Just a little bit.
It's like art. It's like an artsy cup. It's not supposed to be perfect.
I think the word you're looking for is I don't remember it, so I can't tell you the word. Sorry. Wow. What that guy? That's an abstract.
Right.
There we go. Abstract art. It's abstract art. Yeah, I guess you could say that. It'll get there. So maybe that's actually a really good thing to point out.
And then it just boop, 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 and then just keeps going forever because people are like, oh, bull run, and then we're just like, yes, bull run.
Right. So if it does make a cup and handle, maybe, just maybe, we might see something. Because it looks like it's starting to jag up. Because if you like zoom in closely, a little closer into that little handle right there, it looks like it's jagging up.
So not this specifically. I mean, like if this whole thing,
if the whole thing
turns into, and then it just boops right here, and then just
back up a little bit more. Let me see.
To the moon. Like if this comes down, okay, whatever. Oh, where's it going? Can't even see it no more.
That's a little cup, like the little baby cup. You know what I mean? Little baby cup. But like, and this could be the beginning of the handle.
This one right here? No, this is like a melting ladle.
Like a ladle.
This is a half of an infinity formation right
half
here.
of an infinity formation.
That's what they officially call that. This is the schmelting hockey stick. I don't even, like, what would this even be?
I don't know.
This is the L for loser. This was a loser today.
I mean, don't tell that to people. You're all winners. We all win.
No,
here.
you guys are all winners, and we're all winners here. You know, playing this game together, one big family, Bit Squad. But
I guess you could say maybe, because if you look at that right there,
oh God,
it looks like a pretty nice cupish thing, and then this is. I see what you mean. Right. I see what you mean. Okay. All right.
Hopefully
all right.
we just don't, start going.
That's on the 1 minute. How are we looking on a 15 here? Similarities?
I don't think there's really a whole lot going on anybody's 15. Ripple's 15 looks scary.
Yeah, this one looks scary too. Never mind. Looks like a color monster. These charts, man.
Time shall tell what's in store for us here.
It sure will. If you guys are just now tuning in with you guys, just to give you a quick synopsis of what's been going on. So as we can see over the past, I don't know, forever.
The down chart, yes.
Over the past forever, you can see that usually the crypto market is very closely related to the stock market. And that kind of gave an indication of where the market was going. Housing market was also down. Most of the markets were down. Additionally, because the U.S. is a trading capital of the world, It has a very large influence on this market, which is why it could also be down. In addition to that, there have been several articles going out. We see a lot of positive things about blockchain all the time. I see so much positive things about blockchain, but blockchain is booming. But when it comes to cryptocurrency itself, some people, still have that mentality where they say like, oh, well, it's trash. Cool. And then the Wall Street Journal has recently been kind of like creating a little bit of slander around
call it what it is. They've been fudding it up.
They've been fudding it up.
Fudsters
around shapeshift.
We see you, Wall Street Journal.
Yeah, so there's just a lot of factual things. And if you guys can look it up, you can Google it, look around. But basically, some things that were said were not untrue, which obviously might have scared some investors off and might have not done us justice. So that could have also affected it, but yeah, that's kind of like a catch up. So all markets are down right now, which would explain why obviously the crypto market's also down. Just whenever you're looking into markets, pay attention to news, pay attention to things that will make the market go up, because naturally more people will jump into the market. Won't be scared, because if the market's down, no one's going to want to jump in. If it's up, everyone's going to want to jump in. Everyone wins. So essentially do that. But for the most part, we're just going to kind of like watch this chart. We're probably just gonna wrap it up here because it's getting late. I'm tired. Don't know where you guys are at, but I'm tired. So thanks for tuning in with us, guys. We really appreciate it. This is our actual first live stream. Woo! We had one before. Well, Tim Bitcoin with Man here did one before, but this is kind of like our first collab, so it's cool. We'll probably jump on here, read some more charts. Just watch this over the next day. If you have charts on your phone, make sure to watch it, because it's very volatile, and just like it took that huge jump at any point in time, it can also take a run. So make sure you're watching. If you guys have apps on your phone, Coinbase, Binance, whatever it is that you use to do your trading, chart viewing, trade view.
Set up trade alerts for yourself.
Trade alerts. Those are important as well.
There's a Chrome extension you guys can use if you want to use Chrome like I do for chart watching. But set up trade alerts. Get some noise going as soon as whatever exchange, whatever coin hits whatever price. Either way, up or down. If it goes up to a certain price and you want to know, put a trade alert. If it goes down to a certain price and you want to know, use trade alerts. Use stop losses. Just pay attention and make sure you're actually watching. If your stop loss hits, but you get stopped out and the price actually goes back up, make sure of that as well. It's crazy out here. It's really crazy out here. And a lot of lessons to have been learned from today's candles. Sure
was. And I'm glad we watched them. And I'm glad you guys watched them with us.
Right.
So basically, thanks for tuning in to Bits and Tokens. You guys can subscribe, share the video. Again, first live stream. And we'll see you guys around. Take care.